Vivint, smart security professionally installed. Call 833-420-4070 to get started today. Offer valid for new customers only. System purchase requires monthly service agreement and equipment package. Speak to a Vivint representative today for complete equipment, services, and financing details. Visit Vivint.com for licensing information. Other terms and conditions may apply.
Hey, Troy, have you heard about The Place?
No, Jason, what place?
It's The Place. It's Washington's newest restaurant on the waterfront. The Place is located in downtown Washington in the Harbor District with waterfront seating in the back. We're open for bistro-style lunches Tuesday through Saturday from 11 to 2 and elevated comfort-style dinners Thursday through Saturday 5 to 9. Plus Sundays, we have the best Southern brunch in town.
Man, that's awesome, Jason. The Place sounds like the place to be.
It is. We look forward to seeing you there. The Place in Washington, North Carolina.
Ahoy, mateys! To keep those cars clean, you need the Pirates Cove Fast Pass.
The new Pirates Cove Car Wash and Haviland Express Lube on Glen Burnie Road in New Bern is now open. Pirates Cove in New Bern is offering Fast Passes for $9.99 for new Fast Pass customers. You can visit us in Greenville on Fire Tower Road, Memorial Drive, and on East 10th Street. And have you heard? Pirates Cove on Fire Tower Road is now offering interior cleaning.
So we have you surrounded. Pirates Cove, the official car wash partner of ECU Athletics.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
Join us for the first annual North Carolina Strut Masters Championship on Saturday, April 10th. Presented by Crescent Tools. Brought to you by Mountain Dew, Yeti, Sam Jones Barbecue, Spring Hill Outfitters, and Nomad. Compete against some of the best turkey hunters in the country, like Michael Waddell, Hal Schaefer, and Nate Hosey. Live performances by Nate Hosey and much, much more. Registration now open for two-man teams at ncstrutmasters.com. Teams with the top scoring birds will win big cash prizes, up to $15,000. The tournament is open to residents and non-residents that have access to hunt properties in North Carolina. Deadline to register is March 31st. Weigh-in is at R.A. Woods Farms, 39 Vanderford Thomas Road in Farmville, North Carolina. We'll see you there.
Been pulled over for speeding and written a ticket? Then you need to call O'Neill's Speedometer Service in Greenville. O'Neill's can calibrate all vehicles for speeding tickets. All-wheel drives, no problem. 18-wheelers, no problem. Motorcycles, no problem. O'Neill's can also repair instrument gauges that have stopped working. Whether you drive a Ford or GMC, Greenville's trusted speedometer shop for over 30 years is O'Neill's. Call today for repairs or calibration work at 756-5050. O'Neill's Speedometer Service. Go Pirates.
Hi, this is Billy Parker from Parker's Barbecue. I am so excited to announce a brand new menu item now available at all Parker's locations. Come in for our delicious new boneless wings. Our wings are fresh, hand-cut, right there in the store. Never frozen, and our wings are big. Try them tossed in one of our signature sauces, sweet red barbecue sauce or barbecue honey mustard. Get a boneless wing bag for less than $5. That includes 6 boneless wings with hush puppies and corn sticks. Parker's Barbecue, a homemade tradition for over 50 years.
Attention, man, this is Candy Cane. That's right, Candy Cane's the name. I'm inviting you to join me this Saturday, February 20th at Greenville Town Commons at 7 a.m. for the 6-year anniversary of F3 here in Eastern North Carolina. There will be a 1-hour workout and free breakfast afterwards. Who's invited? You are. Open to all men and free. Did we mention it's free? Just get to the Town Commons this Saturday at 7 a.m. Learn more at f3enc.com. One letter, one number, F3.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the pirate nation. Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
You can paint this one purple.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Hello and welcome in to a Monday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios and coming to you on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250, 930. You can check us out online, pr927fm.com, and watch us on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Check us out on YouTube. Subscribe to Pirate Radio TV on YouTube so you can see all of our videos, including this show, The Brian Bailey Show, like earlier today, where he talked to Malcolm Gray, our post-game Zooms, all the videos we put up on Pirate Radio TV there on YouTube, also on Facebook Live. Coming up on today's show, it is game week. We'll talk some Pirate baseball today and throughout the week. Double B Brian Bailey joins us coming up at around 3:30. We'll check in with him. Ronnie Woodward will do our annual over-unders coming up at 4 o'clock. How many wins will Jake Kuchmaner have this year? Who will lead the team in home runs? What will the highest batting average on the team be? We'll go over those coming up at 4 o'clock as we get you ready for ECU Baseball 2021. We'll talk some college hoops with the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, at 4:30. And the head coach of the ECU Baseball Pirates, Cliff Godwin, joins us at 5 o'clock. So we got a lot to get to on today's program. Also, we'll welcome back some old familiar faces, including Shirley Rhodes, fresh off her softball extravaganza. She is back in the Pirate Radio studios. Shirley, welcome back. Good to see you.
Good to be here.
How you doing? Feeling sore?
Cold.
It's a little warmer in Tampa?
Yeah. Like it was, temperatures were sitting between 75 and 80 degrees the entire time I was down there.
Shirley really came back to rub it in our faces, complaining about a sunburn. I mean,
yeah, I did.
The things
I did. I got a
little
sun yesterday, and
thoughts and prayers, Shirley.
Yeah, thoughts and prayers. I know.
Yes.
I know.
Also rejoining us, the Chan man, Chandler Honeycutt. Welcome back, Chandler.
It's great to be back.
Good to see you.
It's been a long time, but I'm back in the saddle.
I'm glad that he's back in the studio, so I don't have like all these messages from Chandler in our group text.
Yeah,
I got bored. Okay, jeez,
he really was bored.
It's like, what are you guys doing? I mean, I'm just sitting here on the couch.
Hey,
I'm
guys.
like, dude, we're working.
What are y'all talking
I
about?
wasn't, but.
Did y'all tell a funny joke? I want to hear it. What is going on?
I would text you things during the show, like y'all made picks for the Super Bowl. I was like, make sure I got the Bucks.
Yes, you were in.
Which isn't distracting when you're trying to do a radio show.
Not at all.
When you're get a bunch of group texts. Yeah.
Ellerbe's here as well.
Yeah. What's up? I guess when you look to your right now, you don't see Wesley Hines and the big dog in there. It's a little bit different look, but good for thanks for Wes and the big dog.
Yeah,
stepping up.
Shout out to Glenn Griffin for his hard work the past 2 weeks.
And Wes for a couple of days trying to fill those shoes that are Shirley Rhodes. But
Wes did a good job.
He did.
His
ad reads were amazing. Very memorable.
Now Shirley's got a big shoes to fill there. And let's give props to Wes. You guys both have microphones now.
Thank you, Wes Hines.
So y'all can both talk at the same time in tandem.
This is weird.
Well, yeah. It was something that I had brought up because I was tired of yanking the mic away from Chandler, and I at one point, I know last week, it was early in the week, I was trying to say something and I took the mic from Big Dog and he just stared at me and I'm like, yeah, I think it's time to hurry up and get that other mic because I think Big Dog is going to deck me if I take this mic again. So we had been waiting for this to be done.
It's kind of like children sharing iPads.
Yeah.
It was time just to get two.
Yeah, get your own. Everybody gets one.
No more wrestling matches during the break to see who gets the mic first.
Glad to have you folks back. Glad to have Ellerbe here to kick off the week in the Pirate Radio studios. A big week it'll be leading up to the start of ECU baseball season. Ellerbe is maybe the rain will be out by then. I don't know.
Yeah, kind of bittersweet for pretty much everybody, unless you're on the team or your son's on the team, because everybody's going to be on the outside, literally looking in. Usually, even though it's going to be probably unusually cold, which in February, I guess not unusually, but it's still going to be cold. But so many folks love to go out there and just pop in for a couple innings and hang out in the jungle, have a beer, the start of baseball season. So many fans really look forward to that, and we can only hope that as the season progresses that, maybe there will be some opportunities for more fans to get out there to Clark LeClaire.
Coming up today at 5 o'clock, we will talk to the head coach of the Pirates, Cliff Godwin. At 6 o'clock, it's the Brian Bailey Show with Malcolm Gray, talking all things ECU baseball. Later in the week, we'll talk to Eric Ward from Marketing Tomorrow about all the events going on right now, including baseball. Wednesday, we'll talk to former ECU closer Seth Simmons, who is now the pitching coordinator for the Dirtbags travel ball organization. A lot of Pirates coming through that pipeline. So we'll talk to Seth Simmons about a lot coming up. Corey Glore will preview the season with us on Wednesday. And Coach O, Dr. Gary Overton, will join us on Thursday, Ellerbe. So we're talking baseball all week long here on Pirate Radio Live.
Outstanding lineup, Flip Rock.
Outstanding.
What is your one hunch going into this baseball season? If you're making a bold prediction before the season starts, what is that going to be, Clip Rock?
Bold prediction. My bold prediction is that. Is it bold to say ECU scores 6 runs a game?
Averages 6 runs a game?
That's a pretty good average, right?
That's pretty.
They're going to win a lot of games if they do that.
Pirates win the American easily?
No, not easily.
They win the American regular season?
Yes. They win the American.
Okay. Will they host a regional?
I'm going to say they host a regional.
Host a regional?
Yes.
Will they go to Omaha?
I mean, what are we doing?
I think we
feel pressure to just keep saying yes at this point.
Oh, I think you should run these back when Cliff's here.
Exactly.
They're on an hour 3.
Stats to consider.
My thoughts are they're ranked from the teens to the 20s, and that's where they'll be. They're a top 25 team.
Yes. Is this team better than last year, you think? For the little bit you got to see of last year's team?
You know what? I'm going to say no because they don't have Alec Burleson.
Okay.
But I don't know. We'll see. Burley is a big piece missing. They also don't have Gavin Williams to start the year. A lot depends on kind of the few question marks this team has, which is first base and your third starter, and also who's going to be your weekday starter and all that. But it'll be Carson Wisenhunt, as Cliff Godwin said earlier today, starting on the weekend along with Tyler Smith and Jake Kuchmaner. So you still have some questions to answer, but I mean, this team is solid. I mean, they're going to be really good.
So winning the American, hosting a regional, and then it's just kind of out there from there.
Yeah, I saw a projection that had them number 2 was it Baseball America? Yeah, down
or D1 maybe
playing Mississippi State
or
whatever.
Yeah,
on the road. So I could see that a 1 or a 2 seed in the tournament. But I mean, I'm excited because they have so many guys returning, and Cliff Godwin's really excited about some newcomers as well.
And you'll be one of the few people that get to go to Clark LeClaire this year, right?
Yeah, I'll be there Saturday and Sunday on the PA talking to a few folks.
Yeah, I mean, you
calling them out by name.
You've done a basketball game or 2 for Morgan this year, haven't you?
I have not. I was scheduled to do one that got postponed.
Oh, it did? Okay. Yeah. I was going to ask you what the thoughts are. But
I hadn't been in Minges in a long time. In fact, the last time I did PA was in Minges for a high school state tournament game. And that was early March, almost over 11 months.
Was that the game where you kept getting the team wrong?
Yes, Shirley. Thanks for reminding me.
Who was the team?
Who were you saying?
Fill us in.
I kept calling.
You got to be vulnerable these days.
I mean, I did the whole.
I mean, we all make mistakes. I've done it too.
I did the whole game great, but then post game, the team had just lost too, which made it worse.
We're bombarding Clip with questions.
And
now we've gone personal. Who'd you screw up on?
This was not a great moment. So we're announcing the runners up, and there's a green and gold team on the court. There's a team that had played earlier in the day called the Chargers. I saw that. And I said, ladies and gentlemen, the runners up, Aiden Grifton. And I was so doing so many things. Kinston was on the court. So, and then I said, once again, Aiden Grifton. At that point, I noticed everybody looking at me, visibly angry at me. And I was like, Kinston. Obviously, Kinston is on the court. I apologize.
And the thing was, the
fans were booing at me.
Yeah, it was packed, and
throwing
he
things.
got he was getting run out of the building.
That was not good.
Is that you think one of your biggest PA gaffes ever?
It's got to be. I can't think.
What would be a close second?
I don't know if I had one. I mean, Shirley cussed one time. Let's talk about her.
Yes, on the PA.
Yeah.
Oh, UMass.
I was trying to say UMass, and for some reason,
you leave out the M.
I left out. And it was at a softball. It was in the pregame, and I was getting ready to do the starting lineups, and I said something about UMass, and I left out the M, and I took my finger off the button. And Justin Bear was to my left, and Chip Welch, who is one of the sports information guys, was to my right, and they both looked at me, and I just hung my head, and I was like, I'm just going to keep going, because if I don't address it, nobody's going to notice. They're going to think I said it. And I was just like, the M was kind of silent.
I think it was the first year I was ever doing it at baseball. We were on like game 3 of a triple header after a lot of rain. It was really late, and it was a game not involving ECU teams. It was like the Clare Classic, I guess. And like, I was joking around with people up there. I was really restless, and I started like, this guy had a really weird name, and I started like laughing while I was saying it, and I got a stern look from Dad Malcolm in the press box, like, y'all need to quit messing around up there.
Was Malcolm dropping the heat on you?
He was angry too, because he had been there all day. Everybody was just kind of like done for the day. Mm-hmm. But you got to stay professional.
Yes. On the up and up. On the up and up. Mustache March early for you here? Is that are you going to roll with it through baseball season? What's going on? You also got
I don't know. Planning to get the haircut.
I got a party in the back there too going on.
Planning to get the haircut before the season opener Saturday.
Oh really?
So
okay.
We'll see if
looking clean. Hey, Chandler, are you going to try to do Mustache March with?
Nah, I can't get rid of none of this.
I'm not going to do Mustache March.
I was going to ask you, Shirley.
I have such a baby face when I shave my beard, so I'm just going to leave it like this.
All right. Maybe I know y'all went over Troy D's haircut last week. Maybe y'all could work on some facial hair for him during when Coach Godwin's here later today.
That was
funny.
So Troy always talks about how he's got all this hair.
Oh, I know.
Which we laugh at.
Yeah,
I was amazed that it looked that bad with that little hair. It was crazy.
I mean, it looked like he glued something on in the wrong spot.
I mean, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Ellerbe, your hair is looking great as
Thank
always.
you.
While we're talking hair.
Yeah, it's been a consistent in my life.
Because I'm going to say, I've been here 17 years, and that hairstyle has never changed.
Well, you've been here 18, Shirley.
I'm going on 18, but yes, it's never changed.
I just try to keep
stick with what works.
Stuff being consistent, Shirley. Just kind of stay with what works.
If it ain't broke,
that's right.
Don't fix it.
How about the big news out of Orlando today, Clip Brock?
The Knights have a new coach, and he is
Gus Malzahn.
Nailed it. Well done.
And how about this? Can you name the other 2 teams East Carolina will play this year that'll have new coaches?
South Carolina.
Wow. Clip Chandler in there.
I had to jump in. Sorry.
Is the other one conference or non?
Non.
Who else are we playing?
Come on.
Marshall. Are we playing Marshall?
Yeah, Marshall's one. Marshall, Charles Huff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
South Carolina, Marshall, and UCF.
Yeah. So 3 new coaches for ECU to face next year.
What do you think of Gus? Do you think he'll be successful?
I think it's a great hire, don't you? Like, what if ECU had a coaching opening and they bring in a former Auburn coach? I think people would be excited.
This was a tweet I saw right before I came on the air, and I thought it was kind of interesting. It said Tennessee got Danny White, Josh Heupel, and had to pay $6 million to UCF, and may have to pay out Jeremy Pruitt on a buyout. UCF got $6 million, Gus Malzahn, and then the guy that obviously was able to hire him because they worked together at Arkansas State. And who do you think came out better on the deal?
I thought you were going to say, is UCF better off than they were before? I don't know if that's true.
Who got the better?
But to answer your question, UCF, right?
I mean, if you're a Tennessee fan or a UCF fan, I mean, if you're a UCF fan and you're looking all things considered, you got money in the bank and you got a guy that beat Nick Saban 3 times. I mean, he didn't, win the national title. He lost the national title game, but I mean, had success. He knows offense, which is what UCF is kind of known for. And I mean, they got they got the duo they wanted. I mean, Gus went and worked for a guy that he's familiar with, which is always so critical in these college athletic jobs, that you don't want to work for somebody that you don't have a relationship with. So to me, on surface, UCF seems to have hit a home run.
No doubt. I think that's probably the best they could have done this coaching carousel season.
And the other tweet I saw too was that Gus is the only head coach that got another job. All the other ones that got fired did not gain employment, like Tom Herman and some of the Kevin Sutherland, some of the other guys that got fired. The carousel didn't move around, where usually one guy gets fired here and then takes another job here.
Interesting. All right. Gus Malzahn, the new coach at UCF, as they'll try to keep that thing rolling.
And also, they're already talking a lot of links. He had connections with Chad Morris, who was on his staff at Auburn, who was, started at Clemson and then got his own gig at SMU in Arkansas for a while. So, there's a lot of available talent out there. If Larry Fedora's unemployed.
So if Gus is good, Ellerbe, how long is he in Orlando?
Until whenever school in the SEC screws up.
Until like Arkansas or something comes open, whatever.
Who's at Arkansas now?
Well, no, they
like that Sam Pittman guy.
Yeah, they have the O-line coach, dude.
Yeah, I'm trying to think where would be it. Vanderbilt just hired somebody.
Kentucky's got a good program under Stoops. I don't know if he's...
Yeah, Florida's happy with Dan Mullen. The two Mississippi schools teams, they got Lane and what's the other, Leach. So I don't know. What would be available it would have to take a catastrophic move by.
Or does you go to another conference too, though? Go ACC.
Maybe
Florida State seems to have an opening every couple years now.
Yeah, you think they've got to pan out for a while. But if you're Gus, you're living in Orlando.
Yeah.
You're 55 years old. You just got $11 million of the $21 million that was owed to you by Auburn. I'm sure he's not working for free at Central Florida. So there's as Shirley can attest. A little bit warmer down in Orlando right now, so not a bad gig. So makes it tougher on the American athletic teams if they can keep it rolling at Central Florida. Obviously, we hope not, and the Pirates can start to rise to the top of the conference in football.
So who's the favorite in the AAC? Looks like UCF will play at Cincinnati next year.
Yeah,
is Cincinnati the favorite?
I think. How not? Luke Fickell's got that program on solid footing. I would say.
And Ritter's coming back, right? They have their quarterback back.
Yeah, he turned. I think allegedly turned down Tennessee. So I would say Cincinnati, and I would say Central Florida's probably a favorite. Navy. They're always dangerous, but. What's going on with can Jeff Scott at South Florida? What's he going to try to put together with that program? Mike Houston. Look, we're not talking about East Carolina, but I think East Carolina. they showed some glimpses of can they put it all together week after week, and I think that's the consistency thing is what East Carolina's looking for, and they'll get if we have a regular season where they can get those 4 non-conference games with App, South Carolina, Marshall, and Charleston Southern. I think then East Carolina goes and plays 8 straight conference games. How can they go from there? And they got in the West this year. I think they're playing Houston, Memphis, and Tulane. So I guess they're not doing the East-West thing, but that's some of the opponents that cycle onto the schedule.
Remember our old studio set up, Ellerbe? There was a schedule poster over there on the wall, right? And I would always look at it. And there was one year where. Like every school but one in the AAC had a first or second year head coach. Mm-hmm. When you brought up the number earlier that they have 2 non-conference teams with a new head coach that ECU will be playing and only 1 in the AAC. That's still 3 out of your schedule, but that's a pretty low number for 2020 college football.
Sure. Yeah, but there's a lot of 1 or 2 year guys too. I just mentioned Jeff Scott.
Yeah.
The guy at Memphis has only been there, I think, 1 or 2 years.
2, I believe.
Because Norvell went to
Norvell.
Yeah, Norvell. He left. So there's a lot of. Obviously, but these guys have coaching experience. So it's not this. It'll be interesting. I think year 3 for Mike Houston, and you could go back and listen to the Pirate Radio podcast with Coach Houston and Troy D. They broke down a lot of things. Got 2 new coaches that seem to really be outstanding hires on his staff, and obviously, I think they're still looking for a little bit more to add in a recruiting deal. So I like the Pirates' chances coming up of being able to do some things.
Really enjoyed Chris Foster, the new running backs coach, on Pirate Radio Live on Thursday. Coming up this Wednesday, Ellerbe, we will talk to Tim Doust on the program.
Right. Coach Houston was really high on him as well. in the Pirate Radio podcast. And you did a great job with Coach Foster. He seems like a really solid hire. And I mean, you could tell Coach Houston was really high on Chris Foster. I mean, Darrell Sims just kind of basically said, here's me.
Yeah, that was unique when I asked him who he has a relationship with on the staff, and his main relationship was with the guy whose job he took. So, like, I mean, it kind of says a lot about Darrell Sims and Foster as well. And we'll get to know, great to get to know him last week. We'll get to know Tim Dowse coming up this Wednesday on Pirate Radio Live. So looking forward to that.
Football spring practice schedule will start a month from today, March 15th. So, that'll be we were talking earlier today. I mean, East Carolina basketball, just on a, indefinite pause, it seems like right now. Supposed to play again maybe Sunday against Wichita State. But, with the interviews we've had with the football coaches and Coach Houston, I mean, kind of getting that football mix in. Now Coach Godwin coming on today, everybody getting baseball in. It'll, if we can get basketball to somehow finish up the season, maybe shock a few games here or there, it'll see. But we're slowly. It seems like we're slowly starting to move back into a regular spring. If we can have spring practice and ECU baseball going again.
How many basketball games do you think are left for ECU?
I think there's 4 on the schedule that have not been. I mean, that are scheduled. And then, I mean, do they make
4 that have been scheduled, and then how many to make up?
Well, that's I don't have that answer. There's 4 left on the, like Wichita State, and 3 other games that I think are left on the schedule. Then there's at least 5 or 6 that are been postponed or whatever. And I just think the American and all these conferences are going to have to come up with some sort of strategy. I don't think it makes sense to send 11 or 12 teams to a conference tournament.
Go 8 and go 6.
Yeah, I would go. I think 6 could work. Give the first 2 teams a bye, and I think those are the teams that are worthy of getting the automatic bid. If you're a commissioner of the conference, I mean, yeah, you want as many people in as possible, but I think you want to kind of give the deserving teams the best shot at getting those chances to get in the tournament.
Well, for the AAC, and I really didn't notice this till looking at it today. Wichita State plays Houston on Thursday. They've won 4 in a row, and all of a sudden look like they could be a potential team to slip in, Ellerbe. But you've got Wichita State, Memphis, SMU trying to get in. Houston's definitely in. So if you're the American, I mean, you at least want, I guess, those teams to be featured. But outside of that, everybody else is not a tournament team, unfortunately, this year.
Yeah, I just, that's just to me, I think across the board, that's what I would do. I would play as few games as possible, but I don't know what their obligation is for because I know the NCAA wants to have a solid group of 68 in the state of Indiana to play that tournament and not have any disruptions and not have an incident pop up that'd be like, oh gosh, Butler, or, of course Butler's right there in Indianapolis, or somebody, that comes in and have an issue, and then it becomes a big problem in the month of March.
Or, you take the teams that don't have any COVID issues. Maybe ECU's having theirs right now. So once tournament time begins, they go through the test, Ellerbe. ECU's free and clear. They're in the big dance. No, okay, all right. Just throwing it out there.
Hey, look, I mean,
no, but I don't know. I don't even want to go down that hypothetical of what happens when the 8 seed shows up to the tournament and can't play. Does the 9 seed just go through without playing, or I don't know. Well, hopefully we won't have to find out.
Yes, and then a lot of people, I don't know if they've studied how the brackets are laid out this year, but it's going to be a lot different. There's, it's going to be
your Thursday,
Friday's not what it used to be anymore.
Now it's Friday, Saturday. Although I'm glass half full, Ellerbe.
Yes,
that Monday of all day basketball, I'm in.
There's Monday, Tuesday basketball too on a lot of like the next weekend they go Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
For the Elite Eight,
Sweet 16 and Elite Eight. So there's a lot of people that that if you were used to taking off and having your big Thursday, Friday, whatever March Madness tournament, just I'm sure those people have already consulted it. But
now we'll do it Friday, Monday.
Right. Well, I guess
4-day weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it's more basketball, the better, right? More games, the better, right, Clip Rock?
Including that college football game on Saturday night that I didn't watch.
You didn't watch Tarleton State?
I did not.
I watched the highlights on SportsCenter, I think, Sunday morning, and I didn't realize Go Tigers' son was the quarterback for Tarleton State.
Yeah.
They lost it, I think, in triple overtime. But
Coach O has a boy playing there?
Yeah, and I think they said that Tarleton State plays at LSU this fall. So that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Go Tigers.
Orgeron versus Orgeron.
Yes.
The twist. Get excited. All right. How was your sports weekend, Ellerbe?
It was wasn't very fulfilling. I didn't watch a lot of sports. I did try to watch some of the NASCAR, but every time I watched it, there was like some long E60 piece on or something. Or of course, it wasn't E60.
They were showing the making of Days of Thunder.
Yeah. It was like, holy cow! It's like, what? I mean, and obviously I knew they were, because you can watch the bottom screen. It says in a weather delay, but I did.
They got 15 laps in. Big wreck and lightning stopped and then resumed after 9 o'clock. I had fallen asleep, but I had it on TV when I fell asleep, and I woke up, and it was probably about 25 laps left. So I did watch the end of it.
I used to think the Daytona used to run at noon, and that may have been like a decade ago, but not that it would have mattered, because the rain delay would have been a rain delay regardless during the race. But seems like the earlier starts. I just wish NASCAR. I've always said it before. NASCAR needs a more consistent schedule of after the 500 of the Super Bowl. But I don't know. You're a big NASCAR and have pools and all sorts of interest in it. I had some casual downtime because it was obviously not the greatest weather day.
Yeah, it was brutal.
But it was a good day just to be inside, and it'd have been nice if it had been sunny at Daytona, and you could have sat there and watched a full race start to finish without not all the delays. But anyway, we'll see. Where are they going this week? Where are they racing?
Right back in the same spot. They're going to do the road course at Daytona.
Okay, so they're staying there.
And I guess that is, I'll check it real quick. It's probably all the complaints I saw yesterday. And to people like Redbeard, our favorite troll that checks in.
Does he ever say anything positive, though?
No.
He just, but
he has been consistent on this one that they need to start earlier
at noon. Yeah.
And because it rains like everywhere they are at 3:30, it's always raining. This one coming up this Sunday is scheduled to start at 3 o'clock. So there you go.
Daytona again.
In Daytona.
On Fox?
Yep, on Fox, main channel. So, there you go. All right. Anything else, Ellerbe?
Yeah, one other thing. You may have heard the radio commercial or seen the video on our social media, but this Saturday, the F3 group that I'm a member of, and Chandler is going out there, and maybe one day One Clip Brock will come join us at F3, but they're having their 6-year anniversary, and it's open to all men. It's free, and it starts at 7 a.m. Usually, F3 mostly during the week starts at 5:30. This is a special. It's a big convergence. People from around the region are coming. It's going to be a free workout from 7 to 8, and then free breakfast afterwards. You get to meet a lot of people in the community. So it's at Town Commons in Greenville. All you got to do is show up, wear some workout clothes. Might want to grab a toboggan and gloves would be my suggestion. But there's 3 different options. You can run, you can ruck, or there's a boot camp. So come to Town Commons at a little before 7 a.m. on Saturday, and everybody will kind of show you what to do. You don't have to be a member of F3, or if you are and you haven't been out in a while, come out this Saturday at Town Commons. Clip, you're welcome to come.
All right, sounds great.
I'm looking forward to it. That's where I got my start last year.
Baba Booey will be there.
Baba Booey, Chandler. This will be your first 1-year anniversary.
That's right.
Maniversary?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Of coming back out to F3.
Happy Maniversary to me.
And this is your first post of the year, right?
Yes.
First time you've been back out.
Yes, it will be.
All right.
It's been a while.
All right, Ellerbe, thanks for hanging out.
We'll see you next week.
We will take a time out, come back. We'll be recapping some baseball next week, Ellerbe.
Yes.
Brian Bailey joins us on the other side. We will talk some hoops, some baseball, some football, everything in between. We're back with you right after this.
They say nothing in life is free. Well, we're here to tell you they're wrong. Because when you switch to US Cellular, you can get the Samsung Galaxy S21 5G for free with no hidden requirements. That's right, the Samsung Galaxy S21 5G has launched and you can get it for free with no hidden requirements. US Cellular. Terms and conditions apply. See store or uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
A car wash experience like no other is here at the new Tommy's Express. You'll enjoy a gentle belt conveyor ride through our bright, inviting wash as luscious foams and soft cloths treat your car like new. After a final rinse, wax, and blow dry for a beautiful spot-free shine in just about 3 minutes, help yourself to our free vacuums and mat washers. We're Tommy's Express.
Tommy's Express Wash, now open on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road in Greenville.
Hey Pirate fans, it's time to get your yard done right with the new John Deere mower from Quality Equipment. Our premium lawn care lineup is what every homeowner needs this spring. A John Deere will change the way you mow with easy-to-use attachments, effortless steering, and intuitive controls. Right now, save up to $700 on X300, X500, and X700 series mowers. Learn more at QualityEquip.com and get quality done right. Offer ends 3/1/21. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
This is Dr. Chris Hasty with Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. For more than 35 years, we've been taking care of the student athletes at East Carolina University. We are happy to have received the designation of official team physicians from the university. Whether you need assistance with a sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, my colleagues and I are here to help. For more information, please contact us at 757-2663 or visit our website at orthoeast.com.
With rates being historically low, now is the best time to buy or refinance your home. This is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. Now is the time to take advantage of the opportunity to buy more home or refinance your current mortgage. The combination of our local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for most financial situations. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250 and 685-842. Equal housing lender.
Oh, great. It's 30 degrees in here.
No one's coming out this late.
I'm on firewood.
Dad! I'll put hot coals in our socks for bedtime.
Mom!
I'm from Delcor Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Got an email about your heat being out?
That was me. I sent it from my phone.
I think your socks are on fire.
Delcor responds to heating emergencies 24 hours a day. Go to delcorinc.com or call 252-321-8868. Get a new train system with special financing for 60 months, subject to credit approval. It's hard to stop a train. Offer expires 3/31/21.
At Jersey Mike's, app is short for appetizing because you'll save 25% with the code JMikes25, but only when you use the Jersey Mike's app, February 15th through 18th. Jersey Mike's, be a sub above. At Jersey Mike's, app is short for appetizing because you'll save 25% with the code JMikes25, but only when you use the Jersey Mike's app, February 15th through 18th. Jersey Mike's, be a sub above.
Wouldn't it be great if you could get auto, home, life, and business insurance all from one agency? Well, that's where the Gavigan Agency comes in. They can help protect what is important to you. So why not simplify your life? See the Gavigan Agency in Greenville or give them a call today at 252-756-1400. Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and Affiliates, Columbus, Ohio. Subject to underwriting guidelines, review, and approval.
This is Brian Bailey, host of The Brian Bailey Show, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's, now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road in Greenville. Doesn't your car deserve it? Well, visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, Shirley Rhodes back in the mix. Chandler Honeycutt back as well. See if anything's going on in the Shirley Rhodes news desk in a few minutes, but right now we'll go out to the Fixed NC Live line, talk to the host of the Brian Bailey Show, WNCT Channel 9 Sports Director Brian Bailey joins us. Bailey, how you doing, man?
Not too bad. How are you?
Doing great. Enjoyed the baseball chat earlier today with Malcolm Gray, as we'll be baseball heavy throughout the week here on Pirate Radio, getting you set for ECU and Rhode Island coming up Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The weather outside is frightful, Bailey, but that means baseball is on the horizon, and looking forward to it. Should be a good year for the guys.
Yeah, in most seasons, you worry about the weather and can you get all 3 games in. Now you worry about everything.
Yeah,
because you got to get them here safely. You got to be playing. I don't know how often they test. During a series, I guess they just test them one time right before they come, but. Yeah, there's a whole lot of factors that goes into what's going on with baseball right now. But hopefully everything will come off in a positive manner. We'll see some games this weekend, and it'll be fun. Well, I wish everybody could be there, but they can't. But they can watch on the streams, and that'll be a great way to keep up with it.
Talking to Cliff Godwin coming up 5 o'clock this afternoon, and get his thoughts on the upcoming ECU baseball season. Bailey, big basketball game tonight in Tallahassee. Florida State has a long ACC winning streak at home. I think I've got the stat here somewhere, but they have the second longest winning streak in conference play behind Duke in a long, long time, and they will take on the Virginia Cavaliers coming up tonight. And Bailey, the Cavs been playing pretty good. Florida State's been playing good. I guess this is the class of the ACC, right? These two teams going at it.
Yeah, it is, and it's kind of odd that you don't hear a Duke and you don't hear a North Carolina in that conversation. But these are the two best teams right now. And Florida State, Florida State won it last year, so they've got a great program there. The defending national champions are the Virginia Cavaliers because there wasn't a champion in 2020, so the 2019 champs are still your defending champs. This should be a great game, but it's funny because I guess maybe it's because we're in North Carolina, but I think even nationally there's not a lot of buzz about the game, but it's a huge game.
And how about this? 97 to 2000, Duke won 26 straight conference games at home. Florida State from 2019 to now, 23 straight home ACC victories, and the Wahoos trying to snap that tonight, Bailey.
Yeah, that'll be tough. I think the last time Virginia faced these kind of odds were in football. Remember, Virginia was the first team to beat Florida State in the ACC. That was years ago.
Tiki,
and they had the ball at about the 1 yard line to get it in.
Warwick Dunn and Tiki Barber on Virginia's side. That was man, those Florida State teams. Anytime you played them, it was just I remember John Boy and Billy. I was at was it Allman Brothers? I was at some concert at Walnut Creek, and John Boy and Billy were hosting it, and they took the stage and they were like, "Hey man, right down the road, Torrey Holden, the Wolfpack just beat Florida State." And, like, everybody was going crazy. Like, if you beat Florida State back in those days, it was a huge deal.
Yeah, it was.
Brian Bailey joining us. Bailey, I asked Ellerbe, how was your sports weekend? What'd you do? Did you watch any racing, basketball? What'd you get in, if anything, this weekend with no football?
The main thing I watched was the Virginia-Carolina game on Saturday night, 6 o'clock. We got lucky and got a table at a nice restaurant that had a big TV right in front of us. So we watched that, and that was the main sports thing on the menu.
Did you have a football hangover?
The race on Sunday.
You have a football hangover, Bailey, kind of searching the channels for some football on a Sunday?
Yeah, and you kind of know this time of year, you're kind of used to it. After the Super Bowl, you go through that little hangover spell. I knew the Daytona 500 was going to be, I thought it would be fun to watch, and it turned out to be a great ending. I can't say that I was up for that ending. I did see it I got up late last night and saw it on Twitter and watched the end of it, and what a crazy ending it was. But I wish we could have seen it. That should have been raced about 2:30, about 6 o'clock, 6:30. Yeah. But it didn't happen that way because of the rain. But they got it in, and it was a crazy ending.
And when ECU's off in basketball, it kind of takes me away from all college basketball, Bailey. But have you heard anything over there? They got 4 scheduled games left. They've got 5 games, I believe, that have been postponed that they haven't played. So there's no way they get all those games in. The stop date, final game of the season, Cincinnati on March the 7th. You heard anything from the basketball camp and anything going on over there?
No, I haven't. I caught over a couple of places just trying to snip around and see if anything was going on. But I think it's so close to the vest, and you have to you have to figure out how many days this person was with that person, and so hopefully. Yeah, I don't think they can play this week unless they get back, to some basketball activities. Coach said last week at the end of the week that they was hoping very soon they could start doing individual one-on-ones, and they probably started that by now. But, they've got to get together as a team and practice a couple of times and get back with the season if they can.
Brian Bailey joining us. Bailey, it's game week for ECU baseball. By the time we talk next Monday, it'll be game week for high school football. As crazy as that sounds. So I know you've been able to talk to the coaches, go out to some practices. How's everybody feeling about football coming up?
I think everybody's got the same look on their face. It's like when the dog is confused, that look, because we're so used to having the first practices, and it's 90 degrees with 90% humidity, and this year we go out and everybody's got masks on. Or actually the first day of practice the weather was pretty nice. Since then, they haven't had many days that they could do a whole lot. So I don't know what kind of football we're going to see. I don't know. During the regular season, a lot of times if the weather was questionable, they would postpone the game till the next day or till Monday, or maybe sometimes play Thursday, and that was generally for the crowds. It really didn't have. I mean, player safety was number one, but most times rain and it's not that unsafe. But this era right now, you're not going to have any fans anyway. So I mean, how is it going to be? And the weather's going to have to be worse if you think about it. It's going to be cold. It's going to be wet. It's going to be miserable for the most part. But it's still going to be high school football. I'm anxious to see how good the football is. Will teams turn the ball over a lot? Will we have sloppy football? Will we have penalties? Or will it be fairly clean? They've had plenty of time to get ready, haven't they?
That they have, and also the missing players factor, at least to start the season, because, again, it starts next Friday. What does the rest of the basketball schedule look like, Bailey, as far as conference tournaments and state tournaments?
I know they've got the last week of the regular season's coming up, so they're near the end, and then they'll have their postseason. And, it just depends on, can players go do both? I mean, and will they? I mean, some coaches allow it, some coaches won't. It's all overlapping.
It's a crazy deal for sure. Talking to Double B, Brian Bailey on the Fixed NC live line as we get ready for a lot coming up. Got D.H. Conley football returning to Pirate Radio, and of course Pirate baseball beginning on Friday. Bailey, and we talked about it with Ellerbe a moment ago, and we'll go over some over-unders with Ronnie Woodward coming up at 4 o'clock. What are your expectations for this 2021 ECU baseball team?
I mean, I think they're really, really good. I think in baseball, you win with pitching and defense, and I think they're very good, at both. And I think they have a good offensive team, too. I don't know if they'll run through the American at 20-4 like they did, and was at 19. But I think they'll win the American. I think they're going to be very, very good. And I just, but a lot of things have to, how they handle not having a crowd, how they handle, certain other factors that happen, how if COVID hits, if they have to start and stop. Because we were talking about this, with Coach Dooley, when they have to shut down operations, they can't go into the gym or anything. They can't do anything. Well, if that happens in baseball, and you can't come up and hit off a tee or come up and hit off a machine or, pitch in the tunnels, I mean, just think about what that does to your pitching staff. If they can't do anything except they're on their own, and then they have to, I guess they could probably adjust with Zooms and that kind of thing. But still, if you're a pitcher, somebody's got to catch it. And unless you've got somebody in your family, because the way this thing works, it's just too many questions to be answered. But I do think they're going to be a very good team.
Brian Bailey joining us. Bailey, I was seeing if there was any NFL news to talk about. Not too much going on. A few days ago, J.J. Watt announced he would no longer be part of the Houston Texans organization. So you've got a franchise quarterback in Deshaun Watson out there available for trade. J.J. Watt is a free agent. Anybody can pick him up. And I wonder if he stays in the state of Texas or goes elsewhere.
That'll be interesting to see where he ends up, because I think he wants to win a Super Bowl. So I think he stays away from the NFC East. But maybe. I mean, I was reading something today that some Bet US or something had placed the odds of winning the division, and they like the Cowboys. I thought to myself, man, I'm Mr. Optimism, but I don't even think I see that one right now.
Every dang year, same old stuff. With Cowboys don't have a quarterback.
They don't. I don't know what's, there's a scary report out there that somebody in Dallas, one of the, I'm not sure who he reports for, but he says he's the one that broke the news that Dak was going to have a second ankle surgery, and he says that the ankle is not good, and that the Cowboys may cut Dak because they can't sign him to that big deal because of his injury. Now, I don't know how true that is. The Cowboys are denying it, but it's just enough smoke to make you wonder.
That would be crazy if they have to end up going another direction, and then what team bites the bullet and takes a chance on Dak? Interesting stuff. Yeah. All right, Double B, Brian Bailey, great show with Malcolm Gray. If you missed it at noon, you can hear it coming up at 6 o'clock right here on Pirate Radio. Thanks for joining us, Bailey, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Sounds good. Take care.
Double B, Brian Bailey joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. We will take a time out, come back, and have more for you. Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. We roll on with you after this.
Did you know time spent outdoors can help improve your children's health and bring balance to their life? The Outdoor Heritage Advisory Council invites you to join the Patch program. This program is for any child under the age of 16 and includes activities like fishing, hunting, and hiking. These are just one of the many ways you can earn the exclusive patches from the Outdoor Heritage Council. For more information on how to sign up and get your adventure started, visit outdoorheritage.nc.gov.
Your future is yours to create, and with the leadership development of Army ROTC, you're capable of taking command of it. Even in the midst of a pandemic, enrolling in Army ROTC prepares you to thrive as a full-time college student. Our specialized elective courses will equip you with the skills necessary to succeed in life, all while earning money for education. A strong future takes a strong force. Find out how to lead at goarmy.com/ECU. To learn more, contact Dale Anderson at 252-622-5346 or Anderson DAL at ecu.edu.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. Your office deserves a proactive tech support approach instead of always reacting to issues after the damage is done. You need BizCare. BizCare tech support and cybersecurity plans keep you ahead of potential issues and much safer from cyber threats like ransomware. What's at your office? Call William today to schedule your free BizCare consultation or learn more at universitypccare.com.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
This is what you want. This is how you get it. For less during Bostic Sugg Furniture's President's Day sale. Beautiful furniture at historic savings up to 15% off. All in stock. Custom orders, bedding, and clearance up to 15% off. Plus 12-month special financing or 60-month special financing. Step up to better sleep on a comfortable Restonic mattress and get a free box spring. It's a President's Day sale not to be missed. Going on now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory ever. Brand new Adidas is arriving daily, along with Under Armour, Columbia, and Russell Athletic. UBE is loaded with cargo, and new items are being added daily to PirateWear.com. Be sure to check out our children's store, The Crow's Nest, for all of your young pirates. UBE and PirateWear.com, an ECU tradition for 50 years. Go Pirates!
Are you trying to reduce clutter? Want to save a tree? Greenville Utilities can help. E-bill is a simple solution. Imagine getting an email letting you know your bill is ready. And with a few clicks on your computer or smartphone, you can review and pay your bill. It's just that easy. Signing up is simple. All you need to do is to log on to your account at guc.com and update your contact information and e-bill setting. You can even continue to receive a paper bill if you'd like. E-bill from Greenville Utilities. Just one of the ways GUC is here for you.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, pirates supporting pirates.
This is Mike Houston, head football coach at East Carolina University, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. For the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner, be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our various social media. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PR927FM. Join the close to 50,000 followers today at PR927FM. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Glad to have Shirley Rhodes back. Glad to have Chandler Honeycutt healthy and back as well. And the gang in Studio B. Shirley, we did not go out to the West Hines news desk last week.
I was hoping you could, just so I could hear what Wes Hines would have picked in the West Hines news desk.
What does he think is important, in the world of sports?
Yeah.
But we didn't go that route last week. So
that's disappointing.
We've touched on a lot of news and notes from today. Anything, Shirley, to miss or to go back on?
Well, it was announced earlier today that Derek Miller has been named the Director of Football Player Personnel and Recruiting for ECU. And he's actually coming from that same position at his alma mater, which was Bowling Green State University.
He takes the spot of J.P. Gunter.
Yes.
Who left the program.
Yeah. So,
right.
did you say right or what?
I didn't say anything.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm hearing things. Okay. Moving on. A lot of basketball games have been shifted around. Of course, in the state of Texas, in that area, they are getting hit with a winter storm that has knocked out power, is causing all sorts of issues.
I don't know if it was an exaggeration or what, Shirley, but it said like the entire state of Texas is covered in snow.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So it's been causing a lot of havoc as far as scheduling goes. Texas Tech TCU game that was scheduled for tomorrow has now been postponed. And tomorrow's game between Texas and Oklahoma has been moved to Wednesday. And then Texas has a game with Iowa State that was slated for Thursday. That game has been postponed. So, and we're probably going to see a lot more of that probably in the next 24 to 48 hours. And possibly for the northern half, especially the northeastern part of the United States, because there is another winter blast that's coming through that area, and that is sure to affect a lot of games that are in that area, because it's not only just from logistical standpoint of weather issues, but it's closing down airports. I know that there were 5 airports that were in the state of Texas that were shut down because of the weather. So traveling is going to be an issue.
If ECU and Houston were even scheduled to play Wednesday still, like, would Houston be able to get here and return home?
That's a good question, because with the weather that they've got going on, I very seriously would doubt that.
Yeah. And hey, how about this? Getting back to the good old days of postponements due to weather instead of COVID.
Can I rewind and get back on the plane?
Yeah,
it was 82 degrees in Miami when I left last night.
So. What else you got? We got to get a softball report from you, but anything else going on?
No. Okay. That's all I got.
All right, so you went to Tampa for a softball tournament.
Yes.
And supposed to be what, all day Saturday and Sunday?
Yeah, the way the tournament usually starts, it starts Saturday morning. It goes through until usually about early Saturday evening, 7, 8 o'clock usually, and then it starts back up again. Because the way it's set up is you do round-robin play for the first portion of the day on Saturday, and then you go into double elimination. So you just, I think you play 2 elimination games on Saturday, and then you play the rest on Sunday. So you lose twice, you're out. And basically what happened is we were told that we had a game at 9 o'clock on Saturday morning. 11 o'clock on Saturday morning. We were 30 minutes away from the field that we were supposed to play on. So we kind of backtracked, kind of did our math, and we knew what time we had to leave the house, because we did Airbnb instead of staying in a hotel, running the risk of, because of course, Florida is a hot spot for COVID. The restrictions are a lot
more lenient.
More lenient, thank you. That's the word I was thinking of. So we didn't want to stay in a hotel, so we decided to kind of stay in our own bubble. We rented a house down there for a few days, and
their version of the NBA bubble.
Yeah, we did our bubble. We did like a Airbnb, and we took this place was fantastic. I just got through showing Chandler the pictures, and we were on the way to the fields, and we got a phone call saying, wait, don't come this way because there is a line of storms coming through, and it's going to be at least another 2 hours before you can get on the field. So at that point, we were like, okay, well, we're away from the house. Let's go get brunch. So we went and, because we thought we weren't going to play for at least another 2 hours. So we got something to eat. We got back to the house. They said, we're going to send you a notification, to let you know what time the games will resume. Literally at 11:40, we get a message saying, okay, Greenville, you're playing at 12 o'clock. We're 30 minutes away from the field.
Right.
So y'all are down in Mimosas. Like,
no, we're not.
Oh man, we gotta go play softball.
No, we actually went to a Cracker Barrel and got like a huge breakfast. So we're back because we're thinking
Uncle Herschel's.
Yeah, so we're thinking we've got at least another hour or two to kind of let our food digest or whatever. We literally get the call. And our coach comes screaming down the steps and says, everybody get your stuff. We got to go. We got to be there in 20 minutes. So we throw all our stuff in the car, get all the way down there, pull up. The fields are underwater. I mean, it was just a sludgy mess in the infield. And I was like, oh, we're going to get dirty today. And so I was pretty excited about it. I was like, this is going to be fun. I mean, we're going to be unrecognizable when we get off this field. And I really would hate to have to ride in somebody's car covered in mud, but I was just like, this is going to be fun. And then 15 minutes later, they said, okay, well, we just got word that we have to shut down the complex. You can't play on the field. Because apparently what happens is that the city makes that call. They rent the fields for these tournaments, but they cannot alter the field in any way. Even if if there's water on the field, they can't rake it off. They can't touch the fields. They're not allowed to. So the city made the call, which I did not understand why a Florida-based softball tournament did not have a contingency plan for something like this.
Yeah.
It made no sense. But I was like, okay, well, originally they said we're going to close the complex. There's going to be a 2.5 hour delay. We'll let you know when you're going to start playing again. They were going to do everything they could to get the games in. I was like, okay, fine. Well, 20 minutes away, I had some friends playing at another field in an upper division. So we went to go watch them play because they were playing. So we went to watch them play. As we are going there, we get notification they have canceled the games altogether for that Saturday. So the only games we would play would be on Sunday, and they had gone to a sudden death format.
So you went,
which is literally one pitch. It's either going to be a ball or a strike. You either hit it. So you either hit it, you strike out. If you foul it, it's an out.
Or you can walk.
Or you can walk.
Okay.
So it's one pitch.
Damn, that's some pressure right there.
30-minute drop dead time, which means there's no last at bat if you're the home team.
What?
You don't finish an inning. So it's 30 minutes drop dead. So you could literally be bases loaded, 2 outs, winning run at second base, and you cannot finish the inning.
Wow.
It's 30 minutes drop dead. So, because they were trying to just shove as many games as they could. Yeah. And when you're so unfortunately what ends up happening is you get a lot of games that are not very indicative of the teams that you're playing.
Well, you get like one inning in, or
and not only that, but if you have a pitcher that is not very consistent and they throw a ball one pitch but throw a strike the next pitch, I mean, it's just all over the place. We won our first game in extra innings, which was fantastic. It was kind of like a back and forth battle. It was great. Second game, we ran into a buzzsaw into a team that is a veteran team. They've been together for like 20 some odd years, and they just base hit us to death. And then the third game, we were gassed. We only had 2 subs, 2 extra players that we could sub out, and neither one of them were outfielders. And one of our outfielders dove for softball, broke his collarbone, and had
it's a tough sport.
It is it's a tough league. He's a good kid, and he really is a good kid. But so unfortunately, we just ran into one of those situations where you're tired, you're kind of run down. You got base hit to death in the game right before yours, and then you had to start this one immediately.
The softball trip from hell.
So as far as the softball part of it, it was not a lot of fun, but the rest of the trip was great. We had I went to a Brazilian steakhouse for the first time in my life, and I don't know if you know what a Brazilian steakhouse is. I didn't know. I had to ask.
I get a Brazilian wax every now and then.
It's not that.
Oh, okay.
Actually, a Brazilian steakhouse is you come in, they give you a menu of all these different types of meat, so you can choose from like filet mignon, pork, lamb, seafood, all sorts of different things. And what it is they bring these to you fresh off the grill, and you have this little, it looks like a little coaster, but it's red on one side, green on the other. And if you're facing down red, they won't bring you any meat to your table. But if you flip it over and bring it, put it to green, you'll have like 3 or 4 waiters with 3 or 4 different meats, and they'll say, which one do you want? And you just pick which one, and they cut it right there off of the thing. It was the most decadent meal I've ever had in my life, and the most expensive meal I have ever had in my life. But man, it was worth every doggone penny. That was some of the best meat I've ever had in my life.
So at least you got some softball in this weekend, but there was a chance that you went down to Tampa to play in a softball tournament and would not have played. And not played any softball.
Right, because Sunday morning it got delayed again because there was another line of storms. There was just when you're in Tampa Bay, you're in the Gulf. You're on the Gulf side of Florida. So what happens is you get all those warm fronts, and it's picking up all that moisture off the water. It rains almost every day, at least once or twice. So Floridians are not immune to rain, but these particular storms were very, very heavy downpours, and all of the fields were not designed to drain that water very well. Now, I will give it credit. It's humid enough that if you give it about an hour or two with the sun out, it'll dry real quick. But if it's just continuous rain, it's just not going to, so, and even on the fields that we played, they were still kind of muddy. So I ended up getting a little bit of some bumps and bruises, and I'm sore. I can hardly move today, and I got a little sun. The life of an athlete. Yeah, the life of a weekend warrior that is willing to get, and my plane ride. That was my first plane ride. Taking off was a little unnerving because it feels like you're being shot out of a cannon. And that feeling if you've ever ridden a roller coaster and you're going all the way up? Yeah, that's kind of what that feels like. And that was a little unnerving, but it wasn't too bad. The landing was a little rough coming into Tampa because it was raining and the wind was pretty kicking at that point, so I ran into just a little bit of turbulence. Nothing too bad. The only time I really got nervous is when the plane levels out and you're just traveling, and then all of a sudden it just kind of does this little dip thing where it just kind of drops. Your stomach kind of bottoms out, and that's a little bit of a queasy feeling. And then when you land, it's like they're locking the brakes, and it just feels like you're skidding across the runway instead of slowing down. So that gets a little scary. But for the most part, my plane rides felt like car rides. I mean, you know how you're riding along, everything's smooth. You might hit like a rough patch of road. It kind of gets a little bumpy, and that's it. I mean, it was actually a very pleasant experience as far as my plane rides go. I mean, I did have one passenger that annoyed me that sat next to me, and it was all I could do not to.
Vegetable lasagna. That was the Seinfeld Elaine in a plane reference.
Yeah. So anyway, I know you got to take a break, but
let's get a break in.
So my plane ride was not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Good.
So,
and you're wearing a Top Gun hat today to really you're ready for a jet now. A fighter jet.
Just call me Maverick.
All right, we'll take a time out. When we return, they call him Goose. Ronnie Woodward will join us.
Talk to me, Goose.
Oh, Goose.
We'll talk ECU baseball. Pirates and Rams of Rhode Island going at it this weekend. We'll get you ready for the upcoming season after this.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
You know, anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those. But anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
Your CBD store in Greenville has the highest quality CBD products in the country. Your CBD store is the first and only brand that carries USDA certified organic products such as gummies, honey sticks, and high absorption water soluble liquids, which are all made in the United States. They even offer products for your pet. The educated staff will help you answer any questions, and you can stop in anytime to get a free sample. Your CBD store, locally owned and operated, open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 6, right beside Duck Donuts in Greenville.
At Tiebreakers, we admit we have a bit of a problem. People love our wings so much that they're starting to sell their home TVs just so they can watch all the sporting events here at Tiebreakers. Seriously, we're glad you love our hand-breaded, hand-cut boneless wings that much, but we really need you to go home at the end of the night. It's okay, we'll be here tomorrow. And when you come back, bring a friend with you. For great food, great friends, and cold beer, we'll see you at Tiebreakers. Tiebreakers, break the chain, eat local.
Let us help you get back to business.
This is Donald Stocks
and Justin Judge of PIP of Eastern North Carolina.
We're ready to assist your business with branded PPE. Would you like face masks with your logo? We can do that. Plus custom social distancing signage.
Now is the time to ramp up your marketing efforts. Whether it's cutting edge, contactless, touchless marketing, or traditional direct mail, we can do it all.
We are PIP of Eastern North Carolina.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
Looking for your next career opportunity? How about some extra cash to help pay for school? Your locally owned and operated Dixon Foods McDonald's is hiring, and they would love to have you as part of the McFamily. They offer flexible hours, competitive pay, and financial support to pursue your education through McDonald's Archways to Opportunity program. Come join the family at McDonald's. Don't let this financial opportunity pass you by. Please visit DixonFoods.com to apply. East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
All right, in studio with Candy Cane with F3 and a big event going on this Saturday. Tell us about it.
Huge event. We're going to be at the Town Commons, 7 a.m. It's going to be our 6-year anniversary. We're going to have a 1-hour workout right after, free breakfast. All men are invited, and it's free.
Who can show up?
All men.
Where?
Town Commons.
What time?
7 a.m.
Where can they learn more?
F3ENC.com.
When is it again?
This Saturday, 7 a.m., Town Commons.
One letter, one number, F3.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. Greenville's Utilities Neighbor to Neighbor program provides help for those who need temporary assistance with their utility costs, and you can make a difference. Your tax-deductible donation can be added to your GUC bill each month, or you can make a one-time donation, and GUC matches all donations up to $20,000 each year. Consider helping a neighbor with GUC's Neighbor to Neighbor program. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
All right, ECU Baseball begins their season on Friday. Cliff Godwin will join us to talk about it coming up at 5 o'clock. Ronnie Woodward joins us to talk about it right now as he joins us inside the Pirate Radio studios. Hello, Ronnie.
What's up? Big day.
Big day?
Over-under day. I should have looked at this before.
They're going in fresh.
This is my first glance.
All right, this was tough for me to do.
Yep.
I might be way off, but that could be a good thing since I'm the book, basically, and you're the better in this case. So
I'm thinking a lot of unders.
If my numbers are way off, then
if you factor in COVID,
see, we'll get to that, including starting with our first one.
It's gonna be hard to pick some overs.
So 56 games scheduled.
That's right.
Does that sound okay?
Yep.
And I had to go back to 2019 for a lot of these.
Yeah, I just pulled up stats
because there wasn't a 2020 really. It was a very, very small. It was 13-4, 17 games. But in 2019, ECU went 47-18, 20-4 in conference play. So how many games will they win? And I tried to go regular season only with my number. I went 38.5. So can they get to 39, Ronnie, in the 56 games if there's 56 games played?
Yeah,
we probably should have gone winning percentage.
That would have made sense.
Now that I think about
but
it.
But this is much more exciting.
Yeah. Let's say there's 56 games played.
But we're counting in this the postseason, like regional and all that, right?
Well, I'm only counting the 56 in my number.
Oh.
Now
we usually count the postseason because that's kind of the wild card. How many postseason games will they play? That type thing.
If they play postseason, I would up that to probably 42.5 total, including conference tournament, regional, super
a lot
regional,
of potential games.
So answer whatever you'd like. 56 game regular season, I've got at 38.5, and then you can, if you want to go with the postseason as well. What would your numbers be?
So, under for sure for regular season.
So you think they win less than 38.5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if one series is wiped out in conference, you lose 4 games.
Again, this is if 56 games are played.
Oh. Well.
What do you think their record will be if they play 56 games? I'm trying to figure out the easiest way to ask this question.
I got you. Okay. Well, that changes the dynamics. I was banking on at least
Yeah, but that is lame.
10 postponed.
That is so lame, though. That's not even fun.
That's part of Vegas, right?
Yeah, but right now it's not. Not for the sake of this program.
I got it. Okay, so I'll think in the hypothetical world that every single game is played. Man, I was just going to come in and take all unders.
And you thought that would be a good segment?
I figured it was going to be bad radio. That was kind of my plan.
We do enough of that around here.
That's true. Okay. 38 out of 56.
So 38-18, 39
I'll still
17.
I'll still go under.
Okay.
Just based on the 2019 team won 47 games total. So that included regional, conference tournament.
And they only won one conference tournament. They won 4 regional, so 5 added on.
So they won 42 in the regular season? Is that
correct,
right? Yeah. And that team was they won 20
Packard
games
Brickhouse
in the league alone. They were 20-4. I don't know if that's repeatable by anybody. So I'll go under on all accounts.
Well, and then I went conference games. This was tough to do too because that 20-4 is such an outlier. I don't know what a normal year would even look like. Maybe I should look at
go back another year. They probably won 12, 13, maybe 14.
14-10, which I feel like they could probably do. It's probably somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Of 14-10 and the 20-4.
Yeah.
But this year they're adding conference games. There's 32 of them.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So
that year there was 24.
I put the over/under at 22.5 conference wins. So can they go 23-9? Will they go 22-10?
I'll go over. Don't feel great about it. I'll go over. I think the American is somewhat top heavy. I was texting with an industry source.
Oh, nice.
Recently, last week. I know, I rarely use that. About, some of that. Where it looks like UCF and ECU seem to be like the two teams, and if you throw in Houston, they always kind of find a way, and Tulane, but they seem to be on a whole nother level than the bottom, the bottom 2 or 3. So, I mean, that's still tough to do because it's baseball. But if ECU, they get Cincinnati twice, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
so
they
Cincinnati,
could rack up a lot of weekend wins.
Last time we saw them, they won their first conference tournament game ever, and they won the whole conference tournament. Yeah. But that was after having kind of a ho-hum regular season, if I recall.
Yeah.
Memphis isn't any good, right?
I don't think so.
For the most, I mean, you mentioned Houston, UCF, Wichita State.
So, Wichita State and Tulane and Houston are kind of the middle wild cards. And the guy I was texting said, hey, I really like Wichita State. And I was kind of, I think it's more of a 2-team race kind of between ECU and UCF.
You're thinking at worst 6-2 after Cincinnati, Memphis, right?
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
You want to be 6-2 at least.
Yeah. And it's hard to bank on wins. Again, it's baseball.
I know.
But, yeah.
And what about South Florida?
I think they're down a little bit too.
But they're going to be chirping.
Yeah, that's what they do, right? With the blonde hair.
All right, so you're going to say at least 23-9 in league play?
Sure.
Is that doable for ECU?
I think it's definitely doable.
Okay.
Because again, I don't know how many series they're going to lose. Oh, certainly not lose, because I guess to lose technically you'd have to go 1-3 or 0-4. UCF I think is the series, and that one's here, right? Not that it really matters with no fans and stuff, but I think UCF, Tulane, Houston, if they can win those series and take care of the rest, I think they can rack up a lot of league wins because there's going to be a lot of opportunities. Obviously, just mathematically, there's a lot of games.
All right, let's go. Jake Kuchmaner wins. I'll single him out. So I'll put 8.5 as the number. Now, this is interesting because where are you slated to pitch is kind of important here.
Yeah.
And he's the Saturday guy. Looking back on it, Tyler Smith had a 5.57 ERA in 2019, but he was 7-1.
Exactly.
Because he pitched on Sundays, right?
Yep.
So if Kuchmaner's slotted, he's going to go Saturday, it looks like, to start the season, which might be his spot the remainder of the year, or he could slide to Sunday.
Yeah.
Over under
happen
potentially, Friday. 8.5 wins. He had 7 in 2019. Jake Agnos had 11 in 2019 as kind of the ace of this staff. Who is the ace of this staff? I don't really know.
Yeah.
Is it Jake Kuchmaner?
Yeah, I think there's kind of not an ace, I guess. It's more of the depth thing. I mean, with Kuchmaner, Smith, when and if they get Gavin back in that mix, Wizen Hunt, we've heard great things about, and so I don't know if it's some teams have, hey, here's our definite one guy, and you kind of piece together the other games. That's definitely not ECU's deal. But I like this one. I'll go over for sure because of that factor. If he was the definite Friday guy, it's more difficult to win Friday games to some extent because you are going to run into some teams that might have just that one ace.
You can give up a run or two and still lose.
Yeah.
On Friday.
And you get a lot of no decisions, I feel like, too. Games that go into the bullpen, it's 1-1 or 2, whatever, 2-1, somebody scores, and the starting pitcher, kind of the classic baseball thing, the starting pitcher, your team wins, but it's whoever, CJ Mayhew or Cam Coleman or somebody, Matt Bridges, that gets the win instead of the starter. But I like Kuchmaner in that spot. Like you said, the Saturday thing, I'll go over. I think he could rack up some wins against number 2s from other teams. Other Saturday starters, especially in the league, if he stays in that spot. And they're not going to stay in the same spot all year. We do this every year. We're like, oh, yeah. And they the rotation ends up shifting a lot.
I usually ask, too, will there be over or under 3.5, 4.5 weekend starters?
Yeah.
But with COVID, with Gavin already hurt, it's almost...
This is definitely an over.
Friday
starters will be the interesting thing. Because, Tyler Smith as a senior...
There could potentially be 3 easy.
Yeah.
If they go to Cooch at some point and if Gavin comes back.
But the flip side of that is, what if Tyler Smith just pitches really well? And
what if Carson Winston Hunt and Spivey are too good to keep out? And I don't know.
So, there's... But I do like kind of going on that, Cooch Maynard's going to be in the weekend. Like, if you had to ask me, like, all right, who's the one guy that's going to have the most starts on the team?
Yeah.
Cooch Maynard's probably my guess. Without knowing who has had COVID and who has the antibodies and not, or what, again, this is a different exercise, but just based on like just dependability, I'd say Cooch Maynard makes the most starts, so he has the most chances.
Will the team leader in saves have over under 7.5? The team had 15 in 2019, and Alec Burleson led the team with 5. It was so spread out.
Yeah.
So this year, will it continue to be spread out, or will the team leader in saves have over under 7.5?
That's a good one.
And what does it say that they only had 15? Did they blew out a lot of teams? Like,
I guess
they won a ton of games and only had 15 saves.
Yeah.
So.
And there's a few complete games. Didn't Agnos he had at least a few, right? But I think in general, there's a lot of games where there wasn't a save opportunity.
Yeah.
That one's tough. Read it over again. I want to say over, and like Mayhew gets there somehow.
I was going to ask the next question, who will be the guy?
Yeah. Because I think they're going to end up using Mayhew. But again, I'm totally breaking this down nerd style, but the 4-game weekend series, I mean, you can't, like, how are you going to, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many, like, you can't pitch the same guy 4 games. Like, they're going to have to strategize. Like,
I mean, at most, you would have, like, 2 saves on a weekend by one guy.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's probably it.
And it's
like,
not going to happen.
Yeah. So, I think inevitably they're going to have to use different guys. But if there's a 7-inning game, you can pitch the guy in the 7th.
You've said but 3 times in this answer.
Have I?
Yeah.
Okay. I need to think of a different one.
You've gone one route and then said but, and then you went back.
I know.
To but.
Like a roller coaster.
Yeah. So what's your answer?
Team leader over under. Over.
So they can get to 8. Whoever. And you think that guy, if it is a guy, will be Mayhew. All right.
Because what if Mayhew pitches like the 7th inning of a game? Like the shortened doubleheader game?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's a little easier than waiting until the 9th or something.
Which we're still unclear about.
Yeah. There's going to be, well, that's true. I think, didn't Cliff Godwin mention at some point a 9-inning and a 7 innings, what they were trending kind of?
Yeah.
If it's 2 sevens, which I'm all for, there could be a lot of saves.
All right.
So I'll go over.
Evan Voliva had 32 appearances in 2019. Who will lead the team in appearances in 2021? So this is a player question.
Yeah.
Is that Mayhew again? Or is that another?
Mayhew or Colmore, maybe.
All right. I'll jot them both down. I'll give you credit for either.
No, I need to pick one. That's fair. I'll go Colmore. My guy.
All right. He's your guy?
He'll mix in a few. I just like, he's a local kid.
How many guys you got?
He's my guy. He's my veteran, South Central.
All right.
Need to lean on him for some quotes every now and then, whatever. I saw him at the golf course one time during the pandemic, like months ago, and he said, "Hey, Mr. Ronnie." Aside from calling him
Mr. Ronnie. Old Daddy Ronnie.
It was pretty cool. Hey, what's up? Talk to him. Like, you know when you get that interaction with those veteran players?
Yeah.
Like,
that's your guy.
The field, it's like, that's cool. It's not some random freshman. It's like, who's this dude? Like, he made a point to come talk to me. Like, hey, what's up, man? Like, hit him good. He's going to play golf.
Cam Colmore is the pick.
So I'm going with him.
Let's do some batting when we return. We'll talk some offensive numbers with Ronnie Woodward, some over-unders as we get you ready for ECU baseball. Pirates and Rams of Rhode Island going at it Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're back with you after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get a GMC Terrain. Take $6,000 off or $3,500 plus 0% for 72 months. As always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty for all make and models.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
The best place for delicious food and great prices is Familia. Familia has $6 lunch specials, a $10 pizza of the week, and every Thursday has $2 drafts all day. Sunday brunch is the best for food and family. Come and enjoy favorites like shrimp and grits, made-to-order omelets, French toast, and drink specials like $3 mimosas, beer mimosas, or $5 Bloody Marys. Familia, Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College, and FamiliaNC.com.
This is what you want. This is how you get it. For less during Bostic Sugg Furniture's President's Day sale. Beautiful furniture at historic savings up to 15% off. All in stock. Custom orders, bedding, and clearance up to 15% off. Plus 12 months special financing or 60 months special financing. Step up to better sleep on a comfortable Restonic mattress and get a free box spring. It's a President's Day sale not to be missed. Going on now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
Hi, this is Billy Parker from Parker's Barbecue. I am so excited to announce a brand new menu item now available at all Parker's locations. Come in for our delicious new boneless wings. Our wings are fresh, hand-cut, right there in the store. Never frozen, and our wings are big. Try them tossed in one of our signature sauces, sweet red barbecue sauce or barbecue honey mustard. Get a boneless wing bag for less than $5. That includes 6 boneless wings with hush puppies and corn sticks. Parker's Barbecue, a homemade tradition for over 50 years.
Oh, great. It's 30 degrees in here.
No one's coming out this late.
I'm on firewood.
Dad! I'll put hot coals in our socks for bedtime. Mom!
I'm from Delcor Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Got an email about your heat being out?
That was me. I sent it from my phone.
I think your socks are on fire.
Delcor responds to heating emergencies 24 hours a day. Go to DelcorInc.com or call 252-321-8868. Get a new train system with special financing for 60 months, subject to credit approval. It's hard to stop a train. Offer expires 3/31/21.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the black conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
Tommy's Express Wash, now open on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road in Greenville.
With rates being historically low, now is the best time to buy or refinance your home. This is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. Now is the time to take advantage of the opportunity to buy more home or refinance your current mortgage. The combination of our local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for most financial situations. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250 and 685-842. Equal housing lender.
Hey, Eastern North Carolina, this is Miles Minges.
And this is Landon Minges with Minges Bottling Group.
We are proud to announce that Pepsi is once again the official soft drink of the ECU Pirates.
That's right, Miles. Our family's purple and gold roots run deep. From founding members of the Pirate Club, alumni, and even a team physician, our support over the last 60 years has never wavered. We are Pirates.
We're excited to be back at ECU and are honored to serve our great customers throughout Eastern North Carolina. Not only is this the birthplace of Pepsi-Cola, this is our home.
Cheers, Pirate Nation. I like the sound of that. Support local, drink local, stay safe, and drink Pepsi.
Pirate Radio! Pirate Radio! Pirate! Pirate Radio! Radio.
This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Well, welcome back. Did you miss a show on Pirate Radio? You can listen to all of Pirate Radio's archived local programming by subscribing to us on Apple Podcasts. You can subscribe today by going to the podcast app on your iPhone or Apple device and search for Pirate Radio Audio Archives. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, back with you on Pirate Radio Live. Got the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, joining us in a little bit. Got Cliff Godwin joining Troy D and I inside the Pirate Radio studios coming up at 5 o'clock for hour 3 of today's show. So we roll right along. Ronnie Woodward is here now. We're going over-unders for the 2021 ECU baseball team. And again, these numbers are so tough because I'm kind of basing it off 2019, which was such a great year for Pirate baseball. Now, Let's go batting average. It was 2018 where Bryant Packard hit over 400. I think the team leader in 19, was Alec Burleson at 370. So I don't know what a good number here is. Connor Norby was hitting 403. Small sample size, but 62 at bats. I mean, he was off to a fantastic start to the year. I put the over under at 375, Ronnie. I didn't really know where to go with this. Maybe that's too high? But I don't know. Thomas Francisco can hit 380.
Yeah, I think 403. I think the number is a little high. But not by much. Because I'm with you. I think Francisco would have a shot at it. Obviously, Norby was off to a great start last year. Like Lane Hoover batted 350-something last year, and his career average, I was writing that earlier, is like 330-something.
Let's go 369.5. I'm going to change on the fly. Can anybody hit 370 for the year?
I'll go over then.
Okay.
Somebody maybe doesn't. Francisco and Norby, probably the two highest candidates.
I like Franny at a C373 clip.
Yeah, I can see that. It's still really, really tough to do.
Well, that is the next question. Who will lead the team in batting average?
What do you think, Francisco?
I'd say Francisco. I had him in mind.
Yeah. I'll go Francisco.
All right.
And I might go him with the next question, too.
Now, most dingers hit. Washer hit 17 and 19. How about Bryson Worrell had 5 in 17 games last year? Now, again, the Washer numbers got a bit of an asterisk by it, not because of steroids, but because of postseason play, where he went insane, right?
Yeah.
So, for this, we'll go postseason and everything.
Okay.
Over under 14 and a half home runs hit. Will the team leader have over or under that number?
I'm thinking over. This is going to be one of those where I'll contradict myself.
Okay.
More games, right, in the league, which means lower on the pitching staff total. Like you're facing Memphis for the 4th game.
That Sunday could be a run fest.
But one of those games, again, at the innings thing, is going to be shorter.
True.
So you can have less plate appearances. So, they kind of
You're still playing 7 extra innings against a not good pitcher.
Yeah.
You would
But
think.
if you're the home team, you might get 2 at-bats. You don't bat the 7th. You have 6 innings of at-bats.
Oh, right.
You know, if
True.
it's a low-scoring game, you might get 2 at-bats if you're a 4, 5, 6 hitter in the lineup.
True.
And you win. So, but I'm still going to go over because there's going to be some weekend games when South Florida, Memphis, whoever is on like their freshman number 10 pitcher on their depth chart, and there's going to be some high-scoring games.
So who's the leader going to be?
I'll go Francisco.
Okay.
Francisco and Worrell make the most sense, obviously. I think Francisco could have like an All-American type year, honestly. I think he's
kind of cooking that up in my brain as well. So do you think? So you got him as the as ECU's Triple Crown guy?
Sure.
Dingers, average, ribbies.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Why not?
What were you about to say? Sorry.
I'm trying to do some stuff this week too, like projecting out the lineup. Maybe you can sneak this question into Cliff Godwin or something. But
Okay.
I'm curious what they do, like in my line of thinking or like whatever. If he DHs and he like just DH, and I know he'll play in the field, but if he's your starting DH most games and they just say, hey man, just go mash, you don't got to worry about playing defense or whatever, I think he could have like an All-American year like that. But I know they want to, he's in the mix at first base, at left field. There's guys like Skylar Brooks, like AMAC. They have a lot of flexibility at, I think, first base, left field, DH. So I don't know if that makes sense. If it's like, all right, Francisco's the DH locked in every single day.
A rotating.
Yeah. So I don't know if that would really work, especially when we get into the conference play again. You're having to sit guys and, different things with the amount of games. But I do think he's going to be, if he can get really locked in at the plate, because he missed some times, a little bit of time last year with the injury. I think like a wrist or a hand issue, right? Like a few games last year, and he was a freshman the year before. It's like he's shown flashes each year, but never played enough games, to like have a full season. So I think if he does that this year, he stays healthy, he could really be a kind of a breakout guy.
All right, got a couple more to go. Real quick, this is awful news I just saw on Twitter. Remember Vincent Jackson had some great years for the Chargers. Right? Yeah, with Rivers. Josh Benson, WFLA in Florida, says the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office is investigating the death of former Bucks player, of course Chargers as well, Vincent Jackson. He was 38 years old, found deceased this morning at Homewood Suites and Palm River Road in Brandon, Florida. So that is terrible.
Not good.
Hate to hear that. All right, back to baseball. That stinks. Most stolen bases on the team. This is just the number, Ronnie, not the player. We'll go player in a moment. I didn't know where to go here either. I went 9.5. Turner Brown had 11 and 19. You've got some speed here, right?
And Cliff loves to run.
I didn't even look at last year's numbers.
Yeah, I just pulled it up. Hoover had 4. Norby had 4.
Oh, okay. I went
Ryder Giles had 4.
I went way low here.
Agnes had 3. So, yeah, I think over.
Okay, from that, well, you have 3 guys go over 9.5. That might be the better question.
That's true.
From what the numbers were last year. Who do you think leads the team in stolen bases this year?
I'll go.
And you know what? Since I went so far under, Ronnie, what's a fair number to put at?
I was looking at the wrong category.
Okay, here we go.
It's even worse, though. Hoover had 6.
Jeez.
Norby had 6. And somebody was 5 for 5. Christian Jane, no longer on the team.
Wow.
Christian Jane.
Okay. All right, well, let's do this. Who's your team leader?
Hoover.
And how many will he have?
I got to guess the exact number?
Yes. Or
I can't just do over-under?
Yeah, you've already got the over.
Oh, okay.
That's such a gimme that now I want to know how many you think he'll have. I mean, 15 is a fair number with. So they played 17 games and he had 6?
He was 6 of 9.
17,
Norby was 6
34,
of 8.
51. Yeah, 15's an easy attainable number, isn't it?
Yeah. I think Brown 11. It's not like Turner Brown was like a huge speedster, kind of. So I think Norby and Giles and Hoover specifically.
Worrell?
Worrell can run for sure. I'll go Hoover does it, though, and he gets 16.
All right. There you go.
Probably do 18 or whatever, but I'll go 16.
All right, that's all I had, Ronnie. Any other numbers I should have put up here? One day we'll do advanced stats. WAR.
Yeah. Exit velocity.
I'm still not, launch angle. I'm still not, like...
You could have gone...
educated on all that stuff.
Yeah, I kind of understand it when the real nerdy people talk about it, but I don't know if I could explain it correctly to somebody just off the cuff. You could have gone Gavin Williams starts.
Yeah.
Gavin Williams weekend starts.
That's just
something like that.
I don't know.
There would be a chance.
3.5? 5.5?
Weekend starts. Yeah, somewhere in the handful maybe. But could be way more, obviously, if he gets in the mix soon. So, yeah, I don't know.
Maybe this would have been better after our conversation with Cliff Godwin today.
I know.
We could have got more answers.
Yeah.
But we kind of went in it blindly here. Ronnie, good job.
You threw me off of my strategy coming in was to go all under.
I hate that you thought that you thought coming in you would just say under for everything. And
I was going to kind of explain it, but I was mainly going to bank on they don't play the full schedule.
All right.
To make it easy.
Oh, here you go. One more. Over, under.
Number of postponements.
48.5 games played in
the regular season.
That would only take away 7-ish.
Yeah. It's a good number on the fly. 48.
Now, will they...
Under.
You can see your midweeks getting knocked out and maybe not made up, but
if
for
you lose
conference,
one of those 4-game series,
you're right,
that's a tough.
If you lose one of those, you're in good shape with your undercall here, honestly.
4 games completely wiped out, and they don't play any midweeks during that portion of the season, too. So you could lose, I don't know how they're going to handle all that.
What if would you do multiple double headers?
Yeah,
if you lose some games with teams.
I don't know if they have built in. We probably should know this. If there's basketball, some conferences built in a week. In football, they did with the Big Ten, right? Like here's the postponement week.
Yeah.
The AAC did it too. ECU never had to use it, but I don't know. I don't think baseball has worked that into the schedule of like a postponement weekend.
Right.
But they might. There's like a bye week somewhere in there. I haven't looked completely at it all, but yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting.
Ronnie,
all the games get played. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, absolutely. We all do.
The more the better. But basketball is any indication, it's not that simple. In this league, especially. I think the travel, the flights, the hotel, just the geography, I think makes it a little more difficult than others.
Ronnie, good stuff, and we will follow you on Twitter at RonnieW11. Ronnie, also reflector.com, as baseball time is here, and Ronnie will have you covered from that standpoint.
So. Yeah, working on our preview section that will run Friday. So that's a big project this week.
All right.
Malcolm hooked me up or helped me. I reached out to the 3 seniors and asked, what does this season mean to you?
Okay.
And that is our cover theme, is the seniors breaking down what the season means to them. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was nice to hear all 3 have a different kind of view on it, but it was cool to see their responses.
Sounds good. We will. I will see you coming up Saturday at Clark LeClaire.
All right.
Be doing
your Saturday and Sunday.
Sunday.
I'll be there.
All right. Ronnie Woodward joining us from the Daily Reflector. We'll take a time out. Come back when we return. Jeff Nadu, the big man on campus, joins us. We're back with you on Pirate Radio Live after this.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Whether you're flying for business or for pleasure, enjoy the friendly convenience of flying from your local airport to get you where you're going and then home again safely. For your next trip, remember, American Airlines is back at PGV. Book today at aa.com. Pitt Greenville Airport, where the pirates fly.
You've worked hard to start your business and are working even harder to make it successful. That's when it's most important to have a community bank and a local banker in your corner. This is Eric Clark from Select Bank and Trust. Our team of local bankers care about you, our customer, and the communities in which we all live and serve together. As the business and economic conditions of 2020 threw you many curveballs, our team at Select Bank and Trust remains steadfast in being responsive to your ever-changing needs. In 2021, choose Select Bank and Trust. Bank local, bank select, member FDIC.
Hey, Troy, have you heard about The Place?
No, Jason, what place?
It's The Place. It's Washington's newest restaurant on the waterfront. The Place is located in downtown Washington in the Harbor District with waterfront seating in the back. We're open for bistro-style lunches Tuesday through Saturday from 11 to 2 and elevated comfort-style dinners Thursday through Saturday 5 to 9. Plus, Sundays, we have the best Southern brunch in town.
Man, that's awesome, Jason. The Place sounds like the place to be.
It is. We look forward to seeing you there. The Place in Washington, North Carolina.
Join us for the first annual North Carolina Strut Masters Championship on Saturday, April 10th. Presented by Crescent Tools. Brought to you by Mountain Dew, Yeti, Sam Jones Barbecue, Spring Hill Outfitters, and Nomad. Compete against some of the best turkey hunters in the country, like Michael Waddell, Hal Schaefer, and Nate Hosey. Live performances by Nate Hosey and much, much more. Registration now open for 2-man teams at ncstrutmasters.com. Teams with the top scoring birds will win big cash prizes, up to $15,000. The tournament is open to residents and non-residents that have access to hunt properties in North Carolina. Deadline to register is March 31st. Weigh-in is at R.A. Woods Farms, 39 Vanderford Thomas Road in Farmville, North Carolina. We'll see you there.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-styled restaurant and bar. Join us at the Rick House for mouth-watering steaks and the best burgers around. Check out the spicy mahi risotto or the bourbon pecan salmon. Wednesday night is date night. 2 salads, an appetizer, a bottle of wine, 2 entrees, and a dessert for just $55. Thursday is ladies' night with $5 martinis and special apps. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville. The Rick House.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
Villa Verde on 10th Street, Greenville's only Dominican restaurant, now features a brand new lunch menu, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Choose from your favorites like the Villa Verde Burger, the Veggie Burger, the Cuban Sandwich, the Dominican Club, the Villa Wrap, the Vegetable Sandwich, the Big Poppy Steak Sandwich, or create your own bowl, all with your choice of side and a drink for under $10. If you're looking for a high quality, healthy, and affordable lunch, Villa Verde is your place. Villa Verde, a platform for good.
Hi, this is Brian Meador from East Carolina Athletics. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. And not only can you watch Pirate Radio Live on Facebook Live, you can also catch it on YouTube Live. You can watch all of Pirate Radio's local programming on YouTube Live. It's real easy. All you got to do is go to YouTube, search for Pirate Radio TV, and click on the subscribe now button. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live. We'll get back to ECU baseball at 5 o'clock with the head coach of the Pirates, Cliff Godwin. Right now we will talk about what's going on in college basketball tonight, a little NBA and more with the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu from Barstool Sports. Big Man on Basketball podcast dropping today for you to check out, and he joins us now on Pirate Radio Live. Jeff, how you doing today?
I'm great, Clip. How are you?
Hey, doing good. We're coming off a solid basketball weekend. We had talked about the Loyola Chicago and Drake doubleheader, and true to form, kind of what you said there, that watch the first game and go the opposite route the second game. Unfortunately, that first game, I had Drake. They had a nightmare second half, but they're able to bounce back the following day. And in this crazy 2020-2021 basketball season, we've seen a lot of this, Jeff, these back-to-backs and two good teams going at it, and both teams picking up a win over the weekend.
Yeah, first game was obviously, I think, indicative of kind of where these teams, or wasn't indicative. I think both these teams are obviously much closer than that game, but, Loyola did, played terrific. They obviously, Drake missed Tank Hemphill, their 6'6" swingman, but I'll tell you what, yesterday's game was hard to watch, man. I mean, it was 51-50 in overtime. The teams were, I think, 39 for 114. I think from three, they were 7 for 38. It was hard to watch. But, I think the third game, I think if we can get it in the conference tournament and Arch Madness, that would be terrific. I mean, those two groups, it's pretty clear they don't like each other. I think both these teams at this point are in the field, and I think we'll both be in the field as long as they don't have kind of just a complete mess of the end of a season. But, yeah, it was a good series. I think it's going to be a good trifecta if we get it in that final in the conference tournament. That would be an elite matchup, fully healthy probably by that point.
Good one coming up tonight as well, Virginia and Florida State. And these are two good teams, and I got a bad taste in my mouth for both of these teams, being on Virginia and their collapse against Virginia Tech earlier this season, and then Florida State losing to Georgia Tech after Florida State was really well. I was on both of the wrong sides there, Jeff, and Florida State has a long home winning streak in ACC play. They put that to the test tonight against the Virginia Cavaliers. This one, too tough to call for me, Jeff. Do you like anything from a line or a total perspective in this matchup?
Yeah, I like the Cavs. I took Virginia here. You get 1.5 right now. You might even see 2 at some point in the next few hours. I'm going to go with the team that I just trust way more. They're not going to turn a ball over. They're very good defensively. I think they're better offensively than Florida State at this point. I really worry about Florida State in this game because if you know anything about tempo, these are two polar opposites. One is very fast, one is very slow. Florida or Virginia definitely win those battles a lot of the time. And the problem that Florida State have is they don't have a point guard, Clip. I mean, this is a team that has been horrific at turning the ball over. They can't defend without fouling. And I don't think they're going to be able to necessarily run the offense they would have run tonight. You also look at their non-steal turnover percentage, which is unforced errors, stepping on the end line, traveling, shot clock violations. It's very low. They're not real good with the basketball. They turn it over at an alarming rate. So I look at Virginia. I think they beat Florida State with some of those mental mistakes tonight. You also look at Virginia. When are we going to start talking about this group being a legitimate offensive team? They're top 15 in America in offensive efficiency. They're one of the best three-point shooting teams in the country. And their point guard, Kahi Clark, has taken a major step forward. Clip, you look at this year, they're shooting 40% from three on the season. Last year, 30.3%. That's a 10% change in three-point shooting. And a lot of it's had to do with Hauser, Trey Murphy, the junior, who has kind of come out of nowhere, the Rice transfer. This team is really good on offense, and I think just better defensively. They're not going to turn it over. I like Virginia here.
Talking to the BMOC, that's a good one coming up tonight. Also, Washington State tonight. Bit of a light card. Anything else on this Monday night, Jeff, that you're looking at?
I like the Texas Southern Jackson State game. That game got postponed. There's only about, I think at this point, after a couple of cancellations, there's only 6 or 7 games, I think, tonight. So, yeah, I mean, just not really into my wave. Like, I don't want to lay a big number with Murray State, really. Stephen F. Austin, I think they cover, but they turn it over almost more than anyone in the country, so that's concerning. I don't really want to lay it with Eastern Kentucky. So, not really my kind of card. I like some of these conferences, but just not real great situations. I'll side with just Virginia. I did have an NBA play as well that I took, so a little bit of kind of two different things.
We'll talk NBA in a moment. Looking at the American, a lot of postponements. ECU, one of those teams that's on a pause right now, Jeff. So no ECU and Houston coming up on a Wednesday night. Looking at the Thursday, Houston at Wichita State. And all of a sudden, this is a pretty important game. Wichita State has won 4 in a row. And you look at their numbers, they're 12-4 overall, 8-2 in conference play. I was kind of looking at Memphis, maybe SMU to make a push down the stretch to become a tournament team. It still almost looks like a one-bid league right now, but I think Wichita State might be able to change that if they can pull an upset later this week.
Yeah, Wichita has to keep trying to take care of business. They do have a pretty good win against Mississippi that continues to get better and better by the day. They've beaten Tulsa twice. But the problem is there's just not a lot of quality wins here. You're right, though. They have to keep winning. And beating Houston and SMU, I think, would put them more and more into the tournament picture. But, this conference, sadly, there's just not a lot here. I mean, beating a team like Cincinnati and Central Florida, it doesn't hold the same weight. Temple, they're poor. Tulane's been bad. So, there's just not a lot here, Clip. They have to just keep trying to win games. But look, credit to Isaac Brown, man. This is a pretty terrific job by him.
Yeah.
You lose. Greg Marshall moves on. They've been very good defensively. They've done a nice job given the circumstances. So yeah, I mean it's a big game here at home on Thursday. They're going to obviously need this one badly.
Saw a bit of a proclamation from you over the weekend, Jeff. I've been asking the question everybody has: who, with the 1A and the 1B of Gonzaga and Baylor, who's next? And I don't know if you put Michigan in that tier, but you've got them, I believe, Jeff, clearly the third best team in the country. They are coming off a win over Wisconsin after a long layoff, but you really like the Wolverines on that one line this year in the tournament, right?
Yeah, everything always seems to come up good for Michigan. And look, a lot of people, including myself, felt like this was kind of a transition year, kind of similar to maybe last season where they were kind of, 19-12, that kind of record, and they would have made the NCAA tournament, and we would see. But they have a big recruiting class coming in next year, the number 1 recruiting class. I don't think anyone thought this team would be capable of what they're doing this year. They've gotten really heady point guard play from Mike Smith, the Columbia transfer. Hunter Dickinson's been a bit of an anomaly. He's been probably the second best big in this conference outside of Luka Garza, who's the best player in the country. They've gotten great bench production from Chandri Brown and Eli Brooks, and Isaiah Livers looks like an NBA player. So, yeah, defensively they're elite. That was a big win yesterday, especially coming off a long shutdown, a shutdown that probably shouldn't have happened, and they were able to grab their bootstraps and get the job done. That's a big-time win on the road at Wisconsin, a team that really kind of needed it as well. So, yeah, they're kind of on, I think, another level right now. A lot of big games coming up. They got Ohio State on Sunday, which is going to be a huge game. They've got Iowa, too. We're still going to find out a lot about Michigan. I don't think their 1 seed is sure and written into film at this point, but if they can go ahead and beat Ohio State, I think they're going to be surely right there. So, yeah, a lot of season to go, but Michigan's been terrific so far.
Jeff Nadu joining us. Let's talk a little NBA, and not for you, Jeff, but for novices like myself that don't pay attention a lot. The Utah Jazz have to be the best team that not a lot of people talk about. Their run they're on right now is incredible. I think they've won 7 in a row, but before that, they had won like 11 in a row. They've lost 1 game since January the 6th. I mean, just pretty incredible what they're doing. They are the number 1 team in the West. They're taking on the number 1 team in the East tonight, and that's your 76ers. So they're 7.5-point favorites, I see. They've also been not only winning games, but cover machines as well. How about this matchup tonight, Jeff?
Yeah, the Jazz have been the best team in the league against the spread, I believe. The Sixers are weird. I don't back them too much just because, again, there's not normally a ton of value on them. I think for the Jazz, I would be interested to look in, and I want to do that. I want to look into how they're kind of covering as favorites and how they're covering as dogs because, again, I'm going to guess, that they're not great as a favorite, and well, actually they're 18-7 as a favorite, which is much better than I thought they'd be. I thought they'd be more of a dog in a lot of games just because they are kind of a team in the West that they're not a top-tier team. They're a good team. They're not a top-tier team. But
I haven't done much with them, Jeff. I've seen them cover some double-digit spreads this year, too, against some worse teams. So they've been, it's just super impressive. Donovan Mitchell, he was even out for a game or two, and they were able to win. So,
first things first, this is a little bit, this struck a little high to me.
Yeah.
Just kind of looking at the game. I didn't go too in-depth with it, but I think the Sixers can exploit some things that maybe Utah do. I don't know what Joel Embiid's status is either. Obviously, if he doesn't play, that's the reason for this line being this high. I think this is kind of showing you that he's probably not going to play tonight. Especially, I think this is the last game in the road trip for the Sixers. So, yeah, I would kind of avoid it.
Anything else NBA-wise tonight, Jeff?
Yeah, I took the Bulls. I think the Bulls make sense. When you look at the betting line here, the Pacers open 6-point favorites. 80% of the tickets have come in on the Pacers, and the line has ticked down to 5.5. When you look at the Bulls, man, this is a solid team. They're not, they're not the Minnesota Timberwolves. They're 10-15, but the Pacers are a 500 basketball team. That's what they are. I like some of the young kids that the Bulls have. Their whole team is young. They're one of the youngest teams in the league. But I also like the veteran presence as well. Guys like Levine and Thad Young, and Markkanen has turned into a solid player. So, yeah, I just think there's too many points. I'll lean in these kind of spots with taking dogs, especially with a Bulls team that's actually made money this year against the number, plus the line. Something's fishy here in this one. I'll lean on the Bulls. I feel like they hang around, maybe win this game.
Jeff, Daytona 500 was on Sunday. I dipped my toe into it just a little bit. Had a couple of top fives with Blaney and Elliott. So came out a little bit in the positive with Chase Elliott finishing second after the big wreck. I believe you had Logano to win it. And how frustrated were you after midnight last night watching the end of that thing?
Clip, I talked about this last year. This is kind of this is kind of what NASCAR has been for me. I've made really good bets in NASCAR that I'm proud of, and stuff like this happens where it's frustrating. You seem to always have the right car, and something stupid happens. Brad Keselowski. It's rough. I think you can kind of agree. I mean, he did what he had to do, and he wrecked Logano. It's just that simple. I mean, it happens.
A lot of luck, almost too much luck involved when you bet NASCAR.
I mean, if you had Michael McDowell, you should you should play the lottery this week, because Michael McDowell didn't lead at all in the race except for that final. I mean, that's brutal. I mean, it was almost as bad. I don't know. Did you see the clash over the week? Did you see that?
I watched some of it. Yeah.
I mean, that ending was. I didn't think this one could be worse, but that ending was maybe worse. So if you had Kyle Busch in the clash and then Michael McDowell in the Daytona 500, you should play every lottery known to mankind, because you're lucky as hell.
They'll be on the road course coming up this Sunday. Jeff Nadu joining us on the Fixed NC Live line, as he's done every time we've talked to him. There's we'll get into it more maybe, but there's an opportunity that the big man could be in studio with us one day soon.
Yeah,
fired up for that, Jeff.
Maybe I'm going to make an appearance for certain things. And, I want to see what it's hitting for. Look, it's obviously a different area than I'm familiar with. Obviously, I think I'll come down there. A lot of people will think, who the hell is this guy? Where the hell is he coming from? But I want to see the country a little bit. I have a little bit of time before the conference tournaments and the tournament starts. So I might be making my way to maybe to Florida, go to Mississippi.
Nice.
So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Traveling the country with the big man. All right, Jeff, appreciate it, man. We'll check in with you later on this week.
Sounds good. Appreciate it, Flip.
Jeff Nadu, Barstool Sports, Big Man on Basketball podcast, joining us today on Pirate Radio Live. Let's get a break in, wrapping up hour number 2. Get you set for hour 3. Cliff Godwin going to join us when we return on Pirate Radio Live after this.
They say nothing in life is free. Well, we're here to tell you they're wrong. Because when you switch to US Cellular, you can get the Samsung Galaxy S21 5G for free with no hidden requirements. That's right, the Samsung Galaxy S21 5G has launched and you can get it for free with no hidden requirements. US Cellular. Terms and conditions apply. See store or uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit AtlanticWireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Wait up. Papa John's has a new stuffed crust? Oh, we did it. All our tweets, DMs, and carrier pigeons worked! This ain't just stuffed crust. This is Papa John's crust. Stuffed.
Hey, Pirate fans, order the new Epic Stuffed Crust one-topping pizza for only $12. The new Epic Stuffed Crust Pizza is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
Did you know you can help prevent natural gas emergencies? Whether you're planting a tree, putting up a fence, landscaping, or starting an excavation project, Greenville Utilities strongly encourages you to follow the law and call NC 811. Even minor contact with the natural gas pipeline could cause a natural gas emergency. Before digging or excavation of any kind, North Carolina law requires you call NC 811. Please call at least 3 full working days in advance so all utility lines can be professionally marked prior to digging. Stay safe, avoid damages, and call 811 before you dig.
Introducing new Domino's Carside Delivery. Now when you carry out, you don't even need to leave your car. So you don't have to interrupt your favorite song.
It's time to drive down to the rock show.
Or interrupt your kid's favorite song.
We'll be friends just for one.
You can interrupt this, actually.
Try Domino's Carside Delivery when you carry out 3 topping pizzas for $7.99 each, and we'll carry out your order to your car contact-free. Carry out only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary. Excludes XL and specialty pizzas. Crust availability varies by size. Message and data rates may apply when using Domino's Carside Delivery.
This is Martin Truex Jr., and as a NASCAR Cup Series champion, I love one-stop shopping. When I need fresh tires or fuel during a race, my pit crew takes care of everything. Off the track, I have an Auto Owners independent agent. They handle all my insurance in one place: car, home, life, and business. Get your own pit crew and find a local agency with Auto Owners Insurance.
This is Norm Bryant with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates.
At Tiebreakers, we pride ourselves on serving
big, juicy wings.
I'm talking
big and juicy.
Our chickens are the same ones that kick sand in the other chickens' faces. If our chickens played football, they'd be linebackers. The competition's chickens, they'd be
skinny little kickers.
Trade those kickers in for linebackers.
Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates.
This is John Gavigan with the Gavigan Agency. Our top priority is doing what is best for our members. Whether you are buying a new vehicle, a new home, protecting your family with life insurance, or filing a claim, our agency will be there every step of the way. Our goal is to become a trusted advisor for you and your family for all of your personal and commercial insurance needs. Give us a call in Greenville at 756-1400 for a car, home, business, or life insurance quote today, and give us the opportunity to show you the benefits of doing business with someone who cares.
When you don't have time to go to lunch, let Jimmy John's deliver lunch to you. With Jimmy John's, we can get a freaky fresh sandwich to you freaky fast. Click to order at jimmyjohns.com. Dinner's great. It's one of your top 3 favorite meals. You just don't want to have to make it. Well, with Jimmy John's, you don't have to. Whether you live in a sandwich delivery zone or head into the store, you can always get a freaky fresh sandwich. Click to order at jimmyjohns.com.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. University PC Care has been Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. University PC Care are the local tech support experts. For any of your business needs, let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. A clip as we head back into Pirate Radio Live. We do have one baseball note for Pitt Community College. They actually had some games against Mount Olive scheduled for tomorrow. They have been postponed due to weather conditions, and a makeup date has not yet been announced. Pitt Community will host Lewisburg coming up this Saturday at 1 and at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Clip.
Yeah, I need to get Tommy Easton on and ask him how it is to actually be in a season, although weather has been an issue now outside of COVID for Pitt Community College baseball. But we'll talk to Coach Easton here soon. We got Cliff Godwin joining us here in Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. Troy D alongside as well. Big Hour 3 coming up, Troy.
Good to see you, Clip, and try and bring some folks some little sunshine inside the studio. Anyway, I know a very cloudy, dreary Monday, as it's been like that for like a week now.
It's been like that for a season.
I need a motivational pep talk by a coach that could really fire me up. Do you know of one?
I got one. I got a guy in mind here.
I need a guy that can fire me up and say, it doesn't matter what the weather is. We're going to go out there. We're going to have a good show regardless.
Hey, that's what we have to do each and every day here.
That's right. We got to show up, Clip.
We're going to get 1% better this hour with Cliff Godwin.
Coach, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Good.
Good to see you, bud.
Game week, so we're excited.
Glad to have you here. We'll talk a lot of ECU baseball coming up next hour.
We got that, and we got a giveaway, Shirley. We'll open up the Pirate Radio booty bag coming up later on this hour as well. It's all ahead. Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. We're back with Cliff Godwin after this.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
Tommy's Express Wash, now open on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road in Greenville.
Your CBD store in Greenville has the highest quality CBD products in the country. Your CBD store is the first and only brand that carries USDA certified organic products such as gummies, honey sticks, and high absorption water-soluble liquids, which are all made in the United States. They even offer products for your pet. The educated staff will help you answer any questions, and you can stop in anytime to get a free sample. Your CBD store, locally owned and operated, open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 6, right beside Duck Donuts in Greenville.
This is Dr. Phil Perdue with Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. My colleagues and I recognize how difficult this time is for everyone in our community. We continue to see patients during the week while taking precautions to keep everyone safe. Our extended care clinic is now open on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. so you can avoid the emergency department for your urgent orthopedic care. For more information, please contact us at 757-2663 or visit our website at orthoeast.com.
UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory ever. Brand new Adidas is arriving daily, along with Under Armour, Columbia, and Russell Athletic. UBE is loaded with cargo, and new items are being added daily to PirateWear.com. Be sure to check out our children's store, The Crow's Nest, for all of your young pirates. UBE and PirateWear.com, an ECU tradition for 50 years. Go Pirates!
It's bow time. There's something special about the first bite of a Bojangles Cajun Filet biscuit, like an edible alarm clock that slaps you awake with bold Cajun flavor. The moment you sink your teeth into that soft, fluffy, made-from-scratch biscuit, then strike gold with a juicy piece of fried chicken, you'll know. Nothing beats the first bite, except the second first bite. Get a Cajun Filet biscuit combo for just $4.99. It's bow time.
National Signing Day has come and gone, but that doesn't mean the recruiting news cycle is stopping. In fact, the Pirates still have their sights set on top targets in the transfer portal and have already turned their attention to the 2022 class. HoistTheColors.net has the latest on ECU recruiting from a football perspective, and we also cover basketball and baseball commitments like no others. Sign up now and get your first month for a single $1 to get the latest scoop on your favorite Pirate teams, along with in-depth baseball and spring football coverage in the months ahead. HoistTheColors.net.
When you don't have time to go to lunch, let Jimmy John's deliver lunch to you. With Jimmy John's, we can get a freaky fresh sandwich to you freaky fast. Click to order at jimmyjohns.com. Dinner's great. It's one of your top 3 favorite meals. You just don't want to have to make it. Well, with Jimmy John's, you don't have to. Whether you live in a sandwich delivery zone or head into the store, you can always get a freaky fresh sandwich. Click to order at jimmyjohns.com.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
Hi, this is Phil Steele of Phil Steele's College Football Preview Magazine, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center of Greenville's new extended care clinic is now open Saturdays and Sundays from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. so you can avoid the emergency department for any urgent orthopedics care. For more information, call 757-2663 or visit orthoeast.com. Orthopedics East, providing services to Eastern North Carolina and the Pirate Nation for more than 35 years. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, back with you here on a Monday, Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live, talking ECU baseball as the Pirates begin their 2021 season coming up Friday against Rhode Island, a 3-game set with the Rams at Clark LeClaire Stadium. And Cliff Godwin's here, Troy D alongside as well. Troy, it is game week for Pirate baseball.
It is. Man, hard to believe, but the season is here, as you mentioned, starts Friday. Coach, before we talk about the season, let's talk about this past weekend. Man, what when you told me you were going to be doing your banquet this year without a banquet.
Right, yeah.
There was going to be the annual preseason banquet, which is a tradition really you started here at East Carolina, and a fundraiser for the baseball program. And I was like, well, I don't know how that's going to go virtually, but yeah, count us in. We'll still be there virtually. That was this weekend. For folks that don't know, usually last year you filled out the entire ballroom up in the brand new student union. you still had it this year. I was like, well, the good news is even if you raise half amount of money, you've got no expenses. You may end up making more. I had no idea how much more that was going to be. You guys raised, did I see right, this weekend you announced $100,000 off the event?
Actually, I got 2 text messages after the event was over, so it's closer to $120,000.
Wow.
So super proud of Blake Hardigree and Brian Meador, the work those guys put into it. Blake, tremendous support staff member, and then Brian Meador always making me look good on video.
Yeah.
And our players looking good. But I was really pleased with the way the video turned out and just the tremendous selfless support that Pirate Nation gave to our baseball program.
I think it says a lot about, one, the fan base, and two, the belief that people have in you in this program, that they're willing to support something that didn't even technically exist this year. I mean, it really is a testament to how much people believe and want to support this baseball program.
Well, a lot of people work hard every day. I mean, our support staff, our coaches, our academic advisor, Rebecca Wade, Zach Womack, of course, and what he's had to go through this past year with all the testing protocols. That guy's worked probably 10 times as hard. And our players, pulling off a 3.61 team GPA in the spring and also backing that up with a 3.598 this fall. So a lot of hard work put into it by a lot of people.
Now, you mentioned about $120,000 raised. That money, it's my understanding, stays in your program.
Yep.
What will you use it for?
Different things. We have Motus sleeves that our pitchers wear to track the wear and tear that we got this fall. Rapsodo, which is a way to track data of hitters and pitchers. Different things. Graphics. It all goes really to the student athletes. It's not like I don't want it. I want it just to continue to increase our guys. Just the way they get to approach things, and for us to be able to recruit the best players in the country and keep those guys happy. They work hard, so I want to make sure we reward them.
You seem like an old school guy. Do you like all the technology in baseball now, or is it something that's necessary?
It's a tool that we use. It is not the end-all be-all. It'll never be the end-all be-all for what we do at East Carolina. There's a human aspect. You can look at numbers and analytics all you want to, but there's a human aspect, and guys can maybe have a certain launch angle, but they still can't hit. So you have to put your guys in a situation to be successful, and I think that players aren't robots, so you can't just look at a number and expect that's going to be the way you coach, in my opinion.
As you get ready for, how many seasons? I've lost track. Is this your seventh year?
Yep.
As head coach of the Pirate. Of course, you've been a Pirate a lot longer than that, but 7 years leading this program. Cliff Godwin once again joined us in studio, head coach of ECU baseball. Coach, are you doing anything different this week, getting ready for the start of the season versus you've done in past weeks?
We have
from the previous seasons.
We have more stuff to worry about with COVID, just the protocols and trying to keep our bubble tight. But other than that, it's status quo. And you guys have heard me say it 1,000 times. We don't worry a ton about who we're playing. We worry about ourselves and what we're doing each and every day, and making sure that we can put our guys in the best situation to be successful come Friday, February 19th.
You guys had a little COVID situation a few weeks ago, right, as preseason camp right before just getting ready to start. Hopefully, knock on wood, that's out of the way. What is the COVID protocols going on for ECU baseball now that you're in season?
We test twice a week. All the people that are inside our bubble will test most of us on Mondays and Wednesdays. Guys that have antibodies don't have to test, that have a certain number. It's crazy that there's a number attached to the antibodies now. So if you're 75 or higher, you don't have to have the antibody test as much as the guys that are 75 or lower. So really scientific stuff. I'm not smart enough to figure all that stuff out, but we're in good shape as of today. But we tested this morning, and we'll wake up tomorrow morning. Normally about 6:45, you'll get a text and an email, and I'll go click on that and see if I'm negative. And so I've been blessed to be negative every time. So we're see what happens. Is
that the biggest concern every time? Finding
yeah, it's a little bit of anxiety.
Yeah,
to be honest with you. Hey, clicking on that and going, oh yes,
and then you're good, but then you got to find out, are the players good,
right?
Are the coaches good?
Right, exactly.
Yeah. And then you got to go down the roster and make sure. Yeah, we all good? All right, we made it through another day.
probably how it is, though.
It is.
Yeah.
We have a medical chat, a WhatsApp with Womack, and so every time I see it, I just put in their negative, and then Jeff will put in their negative. So it's kind of funny for us to deal with that. So.
Troy, I enjoyed your conversation with Mike Houston, Pirate Radio Podcast. I believe we'll be airing that Tuesday at 6 again on Pirate Radio.
Yep.
You talked to him about entering year 3 and how he was finally starting to get to the point where players were policing themselves a little bit. And if you had to be somewhere at 10, it means you're there at 9:45, that type of thing. Cliff, now that you've been in the program so long, developed that culture, how nice is it that the little things like that is kind of out of the way and you can focus on winning ball games?
Well, you would think it's real easy, right, Clip? Year 7, it's not as easy as it sounds. But we have great leaders within our program, especially when you talk about Matt Bridges and Cam Colmore, been here 6 years, Tyler Smith 5, Jake Kuchmaner 4, Ryder Giles, Thomas Francisco, Zach Agnos, Seth Goodell. So a lot of older guys that do help us out, but you'd be surprised. There's still sometimes things slip through the cracks. I will say this. The players also have more to worry about in a COVID year with the daily symptom checks. So you have to go in on our phone every day, and we do it with our players before 11 a.m. All the coaches are normally, of course, do it really early, but you have no symptoms and you got to check your temperature. So, I mean, it's on your phone, but it's just something extra that you got to maintain every single day.
How is Gavin Williams? What's his situation? I know some news came out from him not too long ago.
Yeah, Gavin's had some misfortune, but Gavin is getting better. He will throw a bullpen tomorrow and threw a short box yesterday and looked really good, looked healthy, and was really just looked awesome. So he will not pitch this weekend. We're hoping that if everything stays the course, that he'll be able to throw an inning next weekend against Georgia Southern.
This weather this past week's kind of been terrible. It's nice that you have the indoor hitting facility and that available to the program. How much have you had to utilize that over the last week versus being outside during a misty rain like we've been seeing?
Well, it's been a little bit harder than misty. Today was misty, but this weekend was pouring. Friday, we were able to scrimmage for 6.5 innings. Saturday, we knew it was going to kind of be a wash, so we planned that. So our guys lifted weights and hit. Sunday, which was yesterday, we actually went pitcher versus hitter inside our hitting indoor. We had a portable mound thanks to Trent Britt at Next Level. He allowed us to use that yesterday morning, and then we scrimmaged for a few innings outside today. So the hitting indoor, the pitching indoor have been a great resource for our players.
That's awesome. Taking a look at the schedule. Look, the schedule's a schedule. I'm not going to ask you to go by games, just a couple of the marquee games. You do have a home and away with Duke and UNC this year, which are kind of notable games with the ACC. And you've said on this program before that you look to get NC State back on the schedule starting next season, I believe.
Well, it was this season, so everybody, and I'm trying to put this to rest because people are still crushing Elliott Avent for the rainout game. And actually, Elliott and I spoke because I defended him on Twitter a week or so ago, and he called me and he was laughing because people see the schedule and they see we're not playing. Well, we were scheduled to play this year, home and home, and the American came out and said that you can't play midweek games during the American Athletic Conference.
So it was on the docket.
It was on the docket. So I'm going to defend Elliott Avent that he has made it a point along with me. We're on good terms, and we're trying to do everything we can to play. And
what do you think about that rule, not being able to play midweek?
It doesn't matter what I think about it. It's just what the conference said. So
yeah, I mean, do you think that's a good? Like, do you like that or do you not like it now that it's here?
There's no need for me to talk about. Hey, I'm not going to go there. So we got 4 games on the weekend, and that's what we got. And
would you have an opinion on it?
No.
All right.
You're not going to get.
Now I'm confused. Where are we?
Yeah. Well, he's trying.
No, I didn't know that's that. Is it that controversial? I didn't know.
It's not controversial, but why would we talk about something that's already been decided on?
While we're asking hypotheticals about things you don't like, 6 hours.
Is Tyler Feldman here?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, hey,
bird.
What if?
That one stung. That one hurts right there, buddy.
6 hours ago, Carolina Basketball on Twitter said, "We're looking for a home game this week. Please contact if it's interested." Wow. That's the kind of world we're living in right now.
Yeah.
Like, your schedule is set, Coach, but with everything going on, are you kind of have you thought about this? Like, hey, we might have to call somebody midweek.
Well, Carolina baseball. So Kentucky was supposed to go to Carolina this weekend, and they've had some COVID issues. So Carolina baseball does not, as of the last I heard, does not have anybody to.
So
play
they're
this
looking
weekend.
too.
They are looking too. The baseball program's looking too.
Well, I guess that could happen later on this season. That if something happens during a weekend and the state's open too, it could be a last minute addition.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, it could happen to us tomorrow. And Rhode Island said we're not coming.
Yeah. How disappointed were you when you found out that it really, I guess, other than players' parents maybe that are going to be in the stands, but very nominal. You know, the average fan will not be able to attend this year, and the jungle won't be the jungle.
Well, I hate it for our fans, but our players and our staff have prepared back to the fall. The one thing that we always try to prepare our players for is prepare for the worst. So we prepared that we wouldn't have fans. You saw how football was going, so we prepared, hey, look, we've got to bring our own energy, and look, if the governor opens things up and allows more fans, then that will be icing on the cake for us.
You kind of talk about that anyway when it is a packed house or when it is half full, bringing your own energy. I mean, you talk about that. So if anybody's prepared for this, it should be your guys, right?
I would hope so. Yeah. I mean, we try to sell tickets. You know, we talk about, hey, look, you want to put a product on the field where the fans are trying to buy tickets, and that goes back to when I was playing at East Carolina. We would joke, John Williamson, Chad Tracy, myself, Bryant Ward, and go, hey, we got to sell tickets this weekend, so they come out and pack this place. So whether that's hitting a home run or stealing a base or striking out the side, so that's what we talk about, is we want to put a product on the field for our fans.
I've also heard you talk about don't get distracted by the noise.
Yeah.
You know, so there won't be any noise.
Don't get distracted by the silence.
Yeah.
No,
You're going to have to change your slogans, Coach.
The noise is the media thing. Hey,
it's
the parents, the rankings, and when I say parents, in all due respect, is, you know, why aren't you hitting the 3-hole? Why aren't you starting on? I mean, you've got to educate your parents on, hey, look, Coach is going to put the best players out there, and it's my job, like Bryant Packard did, to play every day. I mean, Bryant Packard played every day because he earned it, and obviously he's a very good player.
The noise often is the national rankings, which you consider a distraction at times.
It's motivation for me. We're not ranked 1, so we're trying to win a national championship, so that's where I look at it.
And then I guess the only ranking to you will matter at the end of the season.
They don't pass out trophies, as Clip will probably start laughing at the beginning of the season, so they wait to the end to do that.
They don't hand out the Lombardi Trophy, as Brian Bailey always says. When the Cowboys go 4-8 to start the, they don't hand out the Lombardi Trophy yet, guys.
Just ask Bailey.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not dumb like some Cowboy fans.
Thank you, Brian.
That's questionable.
Speaking of earning the spot, Tyler Smith, Jake Kuchmaner, we knew they would, or we assumed they would be there. Carson Wisenhunt in the weekend rotation, Coach, and what did he do to earn that spot here?
Carson has been really dominant for 20 innings. I mean, we threw inside. He pitched yesterday inside, and of course it's a little bit tougher to maneuver through innings, but he pitched great yesterday inside. He has been very consistent. He's got really good stuff, and he's held his composure. That's the reason he's in that position. Carter Spivey has earned to be in the weekend rotation as well. We have a really good opponent next Tuesday, so he will 99% chance start on Tuesday unless we really need him out of the bullpen this weekend. So, but we're just excited about those guys. All 4 of those guys have earned it, and then when Gavin gets healthy, he'll push guys as well.
With Wisenhunt and I guess Spivey in particular on Tuesday, are you giving him the ball and saying you're our starter, or is he an opener? Is it like a staff day on a Tuesday, or is Spivey the guy?
Well, we're going to let Spivey go as long as he can go. Yeah. Of course, pitch counts are in the mix early on in the season. Just, our guys probably can throw 5, maybe 6 innings right now. Just we haven't extended them that much yet.
All right. Troy's good. Okay.
No,
I'll keep
sorry,
on rolling.
Go ahead. Sorry, I was looking at something online about the schedule. Go ahead.
I asked you, Coach, about the closer role. You said it looks to be a committee deal for the most part. CJ Mayhew, Matt Bridges, you got a lot of options there. So when you're playing these 3-game series and later this year 4-game series, your bullpen's going to be extended. You probably have a plan in place for that right now, but are you happy with where your guys are bullpen-wise for playing a 4-game series on a weekend?
Yeah, we don't have to play a 4-game series this weekend. But we're excited about our bullpen. And the guy that I haven't mentioned a whole lot is Zach Agnos, and he's pitched great in the preseason, so he might go in that mix as well. A.J. Wilson, C.J. Mayhew, Matt Bridges, Cam Colmore, Garrett Saylor, probably missing somebody. Ryder Giles is in that mix as well. So we're excited about it. Skylar Brooks will get some time on the mound as well, and he's pitched good at times, and we're looking for him to maybe be a possible fifth starter if we needed it down the road.
So you mentioned three guys there. I think Brooks, Giles, and Agnos, who are two-way guys. I guess Wisenhunt, would you consider him, or is he?
Wisenhunt's just focusing on pitching this year. That was the one thing I felt like we took hitting off his plate, and selfishly for him, I think his professional career is on the mound. I mean, you're talking about a 6'4" lefty that has the ability to throw the baseball 90 to 95 miles an hour with an 82 to 83 mile-an-hour breaking ball that's really good at times, and then also a changeup. So I felt like if we could get him to focus just on one thing, that would free up some time for him, and he's done a really good job with that.
And you got two-way guys that go mound and hitting, but also two-way. Makaravich, you've talked about him a lot. Yep. Francisco can go, infield, maybe outfield. You got versatility there too, right? Where you can go outfield, infield with guys.
AMAC really can play anywhere. I mean, we haven't put the catcher's gear on him yet, but he pretty much can play anywhere. Franny can play first and left field, and that's the thing that we have hung our hat on, is try to prepare guys over the years to play multiple positions, but especially when you have two-way guys. When Agnos comes into pitch, AMAC can play third if he's not playing third. Agnos can slide to short if Ryder comes in, so a lot of different options there, which can become pretty hectic in the middle of the game. But Jeff Palumbo, myself, Austin Knight, a lot of communication during the game.
And one more, Ronnie Woodward especially wanted me to ask, would you like to have an everyday DH, or is that a rotating spot for you in the lineup?
We're going to get a lot of guys opportunities to play early on. Look, our goal is that we have as much depth and keep guys fresh and prepared, especially in a COVID year. You don't know. One guy could get it, close contacts, all that good stuff. So everybody needs to be prepared for their name to be called on any given day.
All right, we're talking to ECU head baseball coach Cliff Godwin, now entering his 7th season leading the program. The season starts this Friday, February 19th, 4 o'clock at Clark LeClaire Stadium. And, Coach, one of the things I was checking earlier, and this is really important with the COVID protocols as far as not having fans in the stands and in attendance. People want to see this team. They want to, hey, look, they're excited about ECU baseball. I've gotten a lot of feedback. I think people are more disappointed. I've heard more people disappointed about not being able to come to ECU games than almost anything over the past 12 months, and that's saying something. But they will be able to see just about every game. Let's talk home games first. Okay. Just about every game is on ESPN Plus, the ESPN Plus platform. There are a few games that aren't, but I believe they're going to be broadcast on ECUPirates.com. So if I'm not mistaken, and I'm sure you probably know more about this than I do.
You're not mistaken as you're looking through the schedule right now. You just click on that button there.
Well, I just want to make sure. So every home game, fans can watch.
That's correct.
They'll be able to see.
Yep, that's correct.
And as I said, the majority they'll be able to do it already on the platform of ESPN and the ESPN Plus network, and then the couple games that aren't on
you just click on that ECUPirates.com,
and it'll be a video feed of that.
Yep, and it'll just the difference between ESPN Plus and the ECU Pirates is when it's the ESPN Plus game, then you have
you have to be a subscriber for that,
right? And you have two people that are supposed to be non-biased doing the game,
right?
Corey Glore will be doing the games when it's on ECUPirates.com. So his radio feed will be...
And I guess that'll be free for folks once it's on ECUPirates.com too. So, and then the away games, we'll just kind of have to wait and see what the other team has set up because ECU doesn't control that.
Exactly.
But a lot of these schools now have...
You would think American would be all ESPN Plus.
Oh, you would think so.
Yeah.
Well, you say that, but then there's other sports that have to be on ESPN Plus too. If when you go to Cincinnati, soccer might be on or something.
Right.
So
and everything's being played right now too. That's a good point.
There's a lot of competition.
Yeah. And there's something called Title IX. I don't know if you guys have ever heard that.
I have. Yeah. Tell us about the details of Title IX. Since you brought
I really don't know the definition. I'll defer that to Clip.
ECU's won 9 titles in baseball, something like that. Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. I don't know if I have any more personnel questions for you. I guess Seth Caddell, and I know you don't want to talk about the 4-game weekends because it's so far away, but he's going to need some help, obviously, getting a day off here and there. What does it look like behind Seth Caddell at catcher?
Ben Newton's done a really good job. He's always been a really good defender behind the plate. He has worked extremely hard on his swing. and now he's actually swinging the bat with authority in the game. He had 6 RBIs on Friday, hit a grand slam, first home run that he has hit here at East Carolina. Yes, it was in a scrimmage, but still he's starting to believe that he can actually swing the bat at a high level. So we're super excited about him. Justin Wilcoxon is doing some good things behind the plate as well. So we have those 3 guys, and then Joey Rezick is a freshman who plays outfield who also can catch.
I mean, when people ask, what's the strength, I say pitching and depth, but there's also speed. There's some pop. Like, how do you answer that question? What is the strength of the ECU 2021 Pirates?
That's a good question. I do think we have a chance to be very dynamic offensively with power, as you just said, pop and speed. I think we have a chance to be as good or better defensively than we were last year, which is hard to do because we finished #1 in the country. Coach Palumbo does an unbelievable job with our defense. Pitching, we have power pitching. We have, the Coochmanners of the world who can really pitch. So we have depth in the bullpen, but, COVID can hit and you can become very thin. So we're preparing for it all, but we're just excited to go out there and compete on February 19th.
Those are your strengths. What concerns you the most about?
I'm positive, Troy.
No,
it's a good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
What concerns do you have?
Did I do something wrong?
That's a great question, Troy.
I'm getting grilled over here.
I'm just concerned about any concerns you might have.
The biggest concern for me is just keeping guys focused on what we need to do and not worry about all the external stuff we can't control, whether it be fans, whether it be COVID, playing time. Look, you got to show up every day, and there's going to be guys in the dugout that are not starting, but we have talked about this a lot. We have starters that are just not going to be on the field to start with. And I, kind of stole it from Nick Saban, and, he talked about it winning the national champ. They had starters that would come off the bench and play key roles. So just making sure everybody is focused on the main goal of ECU baseball, winning games when we play games.
So managing the distractions is the biggest obstacle for you going into the season.
Yeah.
I have my one final question, Troy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Who is starting at first base on Friday?
It will either be Josh Mullen or Thomas Francisco.
Okay.
One of those two.
I got an either there, but 2. Okay, it's down to 2.
I think you might have already answered.
You got more than you normally got. You got the starting rotation. Normally, you don't get the starting.
I appreciate it.
Once again, the starting. If everyone's 100% healthy, your starting rotation is
Tyler Smith on Friday, Jake Coochmanner on Saturday, and Carson Wisenhunt on Sunday.
All right.
That'll be the rotation for this weekend.
The rotation for this weekend if everybody stays healthy.
Yeah, I meant like if everybody was healthy right now, day one.
This is once again the what if, right?
Yeah.
Look,
if I had too many what if questions, I apologize.
Gavin Williams would probably be there, Troy, but
I was just trying to see where he'd fit.
Hey, he doesn't like the what if questions.
Yeah, I know. All right, awesome. The hypothetical you don't.
I'm done with my questions.
Maybe he's ready to go by the weekend.
He will not be ready to go.
All right, we're not just in. Look, sources close to the program confirm he will not be ready.
And look, the thing I would tell fans and Gavin as well is, could he go out there and pitch an inning this weekend? Probably, but would we put him at risk? Maybe down the road, maybe. And we're just not going to do that. Gavin Williams has got a long career ahead of him, and everybody talks about me taking the ball from Jake Agnos and the fire. And the thing is, I care about Jake Agnos' professional career, and yes, he could have probably finished the game, but do you put more pitches on his arm that could possibly lead to an injury down the road? And that's the first and foremost thing we care about. Our players want to make sure we keep those guys healthy.
I saw he put that picture out and wished you a happy birthday last week, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he was a little bit upset about that picture you put out with him like the Hulk.
Yeah, I thought it was a great picture.
He said he looked fat in that, so he was a little bit upset.
Sorry, Jake.
I heard that from Zach. So
I've never looked fat in a photo. I can't relate. Sorry.
It's all the lighting and angles.
That's right.
Coach, are you more excited about the potential of this team than maybe any other team you've had at ECU?
That's a great question. Look, we've been excited about some teams. Obviously, we were excited before we played 19. I was excited last year. We are just ready to play. That's the thing I can tell you is our guys, can you imagine they've been almost a year without playing somebody else, and they've worked extremely hard. So they're fired up to play somebody that doesn't wear purple or gold. They're ready to play somebody else.
Coach, great stuff. We wish you the best as always. We'll continue to follow it day in and day out. And
I'm sorry I couldn't answer all your what if
No, it's
questions.
okay. I apologize for having that many what if questions. I'll try and be 1% better next time and not
How about 5%?
As we go to break, some people are into uniforms.
I was going to ask that question, but then I thought it would be too trivial.
That's not a. That's a real question. It's
It's
not a
a
what
real
if.
question.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
All right. Well, I'll give.
Are
you
there
this.
any uniform changes this year?
I'll give Troy an answer to one of his questions today. Clip. We're going to go white on Friday.
I like the clean whites.
We're going to go purple on Saturday, and we're going to go black on Sundays because
For the whole season?
No, because all of our golds aren't in. So.
By necessity. Okay.
So what about any changes of the unis this year?
The whites are brand new.
They
a
look
little
different, or
maybe a tick, not a whole lot. I'm a traditionalist, so the whites are new, and we'll still wear pinstripes at home middle of the week, and then in the Keith LeClerc Classic we'll wear the 23 jerseys.
Cool.
And in years past, did you go? Was it camo hat if you're going for a sweep? Is that what it was?
That's the tradition. Man.
Okay,
that's
all
the
right.
tradition. We're
Good
going to
deal.
stick with that. So
I like it.
The guys get fired up, get to wear the camos, and of course we'll still have Military Appreciation Weekend down the road. It'll be in conference, and we'll have the white hat with the. The Jolly Roger, this red, white, and blue.
Awesome.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Coach, did I see that y'all were honoring Bryant Packard's mom with patches on the hat too?
That was really cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're having a breast cancer awareness, the ribbon, and then CP on the side. It'll be on all of our hats, the purple, the white hat, the camo. It won't be on the Military Appreciation one. And then also it'll be on our helmets that our hitters wear when they go to the plate.
I saw someone make I don't want to take credit for this. I saw this online or on Twitter somewhere, I think, that someone said if you guys could sell those as a fundraiser, people would buy them and put it on, whether they're cars or coolers or their hat or whatever, if they're decals or something that they could use.
They're actually a patch.
Well, have
It's a
y'all thought
patch.
about doing maybe a decal and just doing it as a fundraiser? And,
We actually haven't. Look, Pack and John, they said that this would be something that they would really appreciate. I told Pack when I called him, said, hey, we're doing something. You can either talk to your dad and y'all come up with something that you really think your mom would appreciate, or we're going to do something for your mom and we'll come up with a great idea. And Pack talked to John, his dad, and they came up and I was like, absolutely, done deal. We can definitely do that.
That's cool. I think it's a great gesture. So
good stuff.
Coach, thanks, man. We appreciate it.
Hey, thank you
Good
guys.
seeing you.
Appreciate
Always
it.
fun.
Shirley, before we go to break, we need to open up the booty bag real quick.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty
You ever
everywhere.
seen the booty bag?
I have never seen
Keep
the
it
booty
bag. It's very big.
You a Bubba Sparks
We're
guy?
a big booty bag.
Back in the day?
I like Bubba Sparks.
All right,
Yeah.
good deal. Shirley, what are we giving away?
Oh, well, since we've got Coach, let's go big or go home. How about a $40 gift card courtesy of Familia?
All right.
Wow.
Familia,
Go big or
$40
go
gift
home.
card.
Yeah. Big time. Told you it's a big booty bag.
What color are we looking
We love big booty here.
Yeah, I own a big booty. Hey, at caller 12.
Caller 12, 317-1250, $40 gift card to Familia. Coach, enjoyed it? Troy D and I will be back with you on Pirate Radio Live after this.
You've worked hard to start your business and are working even harder to make it successful. That's when it's most important to have a community bank and a local banker in your corner. This is Eric Clark from Select Bank and Trust. Our team of local bankers care about you, our customer, and the communities in which we all live and serve together. As the business and economic conditions of 2020 threw you many curveballs, our team at Select Bank and Trust remains steadfast in being responsive to your ever-changing needs. In 2021, choose Select Bank and Trust. Bank local, bank select, member FDIC.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
You know, anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those. But anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
In studio with Dr. Shondell Jones from Kinetic Physical Therapy. Dr. Jones, you guys are expanding and growing.
Yeah, we sure are. One of the things that a lot of people don't know is that we actually have a pediatric practice as well. It's called Kinetic Pediatric Therapy. We've got speech, physical, and occupational therapy there just for kids. If you're concerned about your child's development or just want to make sure they're on track, you can bring them in for a screen. If they need evaluation, we're able to do that and help them continue to develop. For more information, you can visit us at kptkids.com or give us a call, 689-6043.
Join us for the first annual North Carolina Strut Masters Championship on Saturday, April 10th. Presented by Crescent Tools. Brought to you by Mountain Dew, Yeti, Sam Jones Barbecue, Spring Hill Outfitters, and Nomad. Compete against some of the best turkey hunters in the country, like Michael Waddell, Hal Schaefer, and Nate Hosey. Live performances by Nate Hosey and much, much more. Registration now open for two-man teams at ncstrutmasters.com. Teams with the top scoring birds will win big cash prizes, up to $15,000. The tournament is open to residents and non-residents that have access to hunt properties in North Carolina. Deadline to register is March 31st. Weigh-in is at R.A. Woods Farms, 39 Vanderford Thomas Road in Farmville, North Carolina. We'll see you there.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, pirates supporting pirates.
Find yourself working from home or at least spending more time there? Want some remodeling for your house or a fresh look? How about a new deck or screened-in porch to add livable space outside? Don't know who to call? Well, you do now. Call the professionals at R&R Remodeling. They've been serving the local community for 15 years. Ronnie and his crew can help you today. Call for a free quote, 252-286-4119, or visit R&R Remodeling on Facebook. R&R Remodeling, construction you can count on.
Hey, Troy, have you heard about The Place?
No, Jason. What place?
It's The Place. It's Washington's newest restaurant on the waterfront. The Place is located in downtown Washington in the Harbor District with waterfront seating in the back. We're open for bistro-style lunches Tuesday through Saturday from 11 to 2 and elevated comfort-style dinners Thursday through Saturday 5 to 9. Plus Sundays, we have the best Southern brunch in town.
Man, that's awesome, Jason. The Place sounds like the place to be.
It is. We look forward to seeing you there. The Place in Washington, North Carolina.
This is ECU head baseball coach Cliff Godwin, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Congratulations to Robert Matthews of Ahoskie. Picked up a $40 gift card to Familia. Get your sports weekend started at Familia. Every Thursday, Familia has $2 drafts all day. You can stop by with your friends and family for some New York-style pizza and have an ice-cold $2 draft. Familia is on Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College and online at FamiliaNC.com. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Cliff Brock.
All right, great game week chat with Cliff Godwin. A lot of good info there.
Yeah, Cliff, you know what I was kind of most excited about thinking about this?
What's that?
I had a streak. Now, Friday, I talked to head football coach Mike Houston. Today, we talked to head baseball coach Cliff Godwin. And you know how we talked to them?
Face-to-face?
Face-to-face in person. It was so refreshing not to have to do it over Zoom or over a phone line, to actually have eye-to-eye contact and do it in person.
Yeah.
It was almost like the good old days.
The good old days.
And maybe the good old days are coming back.
Hope we can get closer to that, Troy did.
Or just the good new days.
Yeah.
I'll take it. But anyway, great. We appreciate those guys coming in. Great content. Great conversation. If you missed it with head coach Mike Houston on Friday, we have that archived on all our podcasts. We'll play it again Tuesday at 6 o'clock on all our pirate radio stations. But appreciate Cliff being here. Good stuff. Man, baseball. Can you believe it?
Baseball is here. Spring football coming up soon, Troy. And we talked to the newest hire on Mike Houston's staff, Chris Foster, last Thursday on Pirate Radio Live. Coming up this Wednesday, we'll talk to the second newest hire, being Tim Doust, who will join us on the program, new assistant coach. So
that'll be good to hear from him.
We'll get to know him coming up on Wednesday.
And speaking of football, a week from Friday, high school football returns.
That's right.
We'll be the home of the D.H. Conley Vikings once again. Congratulations to Rob Maloney, by the way, the AD at Conley. He got a special award. Let me make sure I get the name of this thing right. Who, by the way, he just does an awesome job over at Conley. Also the basketball coach over there. But let's see. Rob Maloney, the North Carolina Athletic Directors Association has recognized 12 nationally certified athletic administrators for excellent excellence in servant leadership. Even though they could not recognize them in person at the state conference, they wanted to honor him. So that news coming today that Rob Maloney was one of the 12 folks recognized nationally.
That's awesome. He's a
congratulations,
great guy,
Rob.
too. So
super nice guy.
Hey guys, I got a quick ECU basketball update for you. This just came out just moments ago. The American Athletic Conference officially announced that the ECU Wichita State game that was scheduled back at December 30th will not be rescheduled, and the two teams' only regular season contest will take place on Sunday, February 21st at noon Eastern, and it will be on ESPNU in Wichita.
Yeah, and we've been talking about this today, kind of crunching the numbers, Troy. ECU has 4 games scheduled that, to be played. Right. Wichita being one of those. Yeah. They have 5 games that have been postponed.
Right.
And now this one's off the books, so 4 games left. Yeah. I guess that have been postponed. So, there's no way they're going to get all the games in. We're on a pause as we speak.
Right, correct.
So
I don't see how.
How many games will ECU even play the rest of this regular season? We shall see.
Well, and you saw happen to football. There were we missed out in three games this year.
Well, yeah, going into
percentage-wise, I'm saying it might end up,
They were able to play everything on their schedule, but, in basketball, that is not going to be the case this year. And what happens with the conference tournaments? Do the AAC invite all the teams to the conference tournament? Do they cut it off at 8? I don't know. There's still a lot of questions. When it comes to basketball.
Yeah. It is kind of give you a headache.
Yeah.
It's got to give you a headache if you're these conference commissioners. And
Joe Dooley has a headache that won't go away at this point, probably, unfortunately.
He's on a BC powder regimen.
Right.
First thing in the morning, last thing at night, probably.
Hoping for ECU Rhode Island on Friday, and we'll keep the baseball talk going this week. We'll talk to former Pirate Seth Simmons coming up Wednesday. Corey Glore going to join us Wednesday. Coach O going to join us Thursday.
Look forward to hearing from Coach O.
Yes, sir.
And by the way, I want to mention, too, congratulations, even though it was kind of a backdoor win, if you will. NASCAR season started. Daytona 500. And what a long rain delay. I was like, there's no way they're going to run this thing tonight. And they, sure enough, it was like 9 o'clock at night when they finally restarted the race, which was really the beginning. They only got like 15 laps.
Yep.
So it wasn't like, we got to finish this. We only got 2 laps to go. They had the whole race to go. So then it ended like around well after midnight, by the way. And my man, Michael McDowell, who I always call him Michael McDonald. I keep forgetting I'm not NASCAR anymore. But Michael McDowell wins his first ever. Now this is the guy that's always in the back of the pack, always just getting some garbage time, and lucky just to finish a race.
Yeah, he's always back there.
I love this story though. Not only does he finish the race, it's his first ever NASCAR win, and it's the freaking Daytona 500.
And he got it after a fireball was on the track.
Yeah.
The wreck between Keselowski and Joey Logano, and he just scoots through, and when they threw the caution, he was in first place.
I love it. Now I listened to his post-race interview, and he was just so happy. I mean, he's just like on cloud 9, man. He knows he's lucky. But, hey, man, it's better to be lucky than good sometimes. And congratulations to Michael McDowell, or as I like to call him, Michael McDonald, for winning the race. I almost took him in my draft. I almost took him as my last pick.
We've been talking about this guy for years.
We have been making fun of this guy in the back of the pack forever, and finally he has had his moment in the sun. I was so excited when I woke up like this morning and saw, because I fell asleep trying to watch the race.
Now it's time to go.
Hoist the trophy
to the road course at Daytona.
Hey, I heard last night he's a road course specialist.
Yeah, where's the next? It's
the road course at Daytona.
So staying there.
He's gonna make it 2 in a row.
And I've never explain the road course at Daytona. I'm just not familiar with the road course at Daytona.
Well, there's a track at Daytona, and they're going to run the road course.
I just don't remember them running that before.
May have started last year.
Okay.
So
I know the road course like at Pocono up there. Isn't there one? A road course. There's one in Arizona or something. There's somewhere out west.
Just stop saying you know things. I don't know how much you know.
I thought you know. I'm saying.
No, you are right now. You are saying I know, but you don't know.
There are other road courses.
There's Watkins Glen.
Watkins Glen in New York. That's a traditional road course.
Okay.
They run it every year. I'm familiar with that one.
Get your hand out of my face.
Hey, don't tell me what to do.
A couple of NASCAR experts in here couldn't even pick the winner, but my guy came in second.
Dude, we had and due to the rules, we did this with the commissioner. We were going to let it roll over. We decided no, it'll pay off each week.
Yeah.
And even if your guy doesn't win, whoever finishes highest. So your guy came in second.
Chase Elliott. For you NASCAR fans, our draft is available on social media.
The way you scam me is already paying off for you this year.
Yeah, I thought about that.
It's already paying off for you, Clip.
Did you watch
it? As long as I get Chase Elliott, you can go ahead.
You were asleep, probably,
I was
right?
asleep, yeah.
Harvick and Hamlin.
Sonoma. Thank you, Robert. Sonoma's the other road course I was thinking of.
Harvick and Hamlin.
I believe that's in Arizona. Sorry, go ahead.
I think it's in California.
Maybe it is in California. You're right. My bad.
Harvick and Hamlin.
Robert, where is it?
Were 1 and 2 for a lot of that race, and I was like, I screwed myself. So trust me, your guys are going to get wins this year.
I know. And who was it? The teammates took each other out.
Keselowski
I watched
and
the highlights.
Logano.
I heard Jeff Gordon go, teammates. Hey, on the last lap, there ain't no damn teammates, buddy.
Well,
it's every man for yourself in NASCAR on the last. I don't care who your manufacturer is.
Yeah.
I don't care who your sponsor is. I don't care who your team owner is. It's every damn man for yourself on that last lap. There are no teammates at that point.
You texted me during the big wreck early, and you know who would be great calling this race? Tony Romo.
Oh, yeah.
How excited would he have been up there?
Yeah, with Mike Joy. Here we go, Mike. Mike! We got a problem in turn 2, Mike.
He'd be great up there. All right, we got to get one more break in. Let's take it now. We will come back. You're ready to wrap things up on Pirate Radio Live on a Monday. Back with you after this.
Attention, men, this is Candy Cane. That's right, Candy Cane's the name. I'm inviting you to join me this Saturday, February 20th at Greenville Town Commons at 7 a.m. for the 6-year anniversary of F3 here in Eastern North Carolina. There will be a 1-hour workout and free breakfast afterwards. Who's invited? You are. Open to all men and free. Did we mention it's free? Just get to the Town Commons this Saturday at 7 a.m. Learn more at f3enc.com. One letter, one number, F3.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Cadillac. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get a Cadillac XT6. Takes $6,000 off and 1.9% for 72 months. As always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty for all make and models.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
Ahoy, mateys! To keep those cars clean, you need the Pirates Cove Fast Pass.
The new Pirates Cove Car Wash and Haviland Express Lube on Glen Burnie Road in New Bern is now open. Pirates Cove in New Bern is offering Fast Passes for $9.99 for new Fast Pass customers. You can visit us in Greenville on Fire Tower Road, Memorial Drive, and on East 10th Street. And have you heard? Pirates Cove on Fire Tower Road is now offering interior cleaning.
So we have you surrounded. Pirates Cove, the official car wash partner of ECU Athletics.
Hey, Eastern North Carolina, this is Miles Minges. And this is Landon Minges with Minges Bottling Group. We are proud to announce that Pepsi is once again the official soft drink of the ECU Pirates. That's right, Miles. Our family's purple and gold roots run deep. From founding members of the Pirate Club, alumni, and even a team physician, our support over the last 60 years has never wavered. We are Pirates. We're excited to be back at ECU and are honored to serve our great customers throughout Eastern North Carolina. Not only is this the birthplace of Pepsi-Cola, this is our home. Cheers, Pirate Nation. I like the sound of that. Support local, drink local, stay safe, and drink Pepsi.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey Pirate Nation, Warren's Hot Dogs 2 locations are open for business in Greenville and Chocowinity. Both locations have drive-through windows, so stop by today for hot dogs, pizzas, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity, featuring homemade cheese, ham, and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's in Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports, and in Chocowinity next to the fire department. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some.
Pirate Radio.
We are not coming together to just be average. We want to build a program that will year in and year out compete for the American Athletic Conference Championship and compete nationally against any and everybody.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. For the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner, be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PR927FM. Join the close to 50,000 followers today at PR927FM. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, glad to have Shirley Rhodes back and Chandler Honeycutt as well. As we wrap up today's show, we're talking Daytona 500 a moment ago. Saw last week one of our loyal listeners from day one, who was a kid when he started listening to Pirate Radio. Now he's married and
now he has his own kid.
Yeah,
now his kid's starting to listen. Thanks for making me feel old.
Sorry about that. John Moody, and I always wonder, Troy, these things like retweet to win this. Like, does anybody ever win, or is it just a bunch of retweets promoting something and it's a scam? It was Toyota who said, retweet to win tickets to the Daytona 500 last week, and John did it, and he won.
Well, we're talking about now. When we do it, someone wins every time.
Yeah, I'm talking about these big,
these big companies. I assume it's BS with the big companies.
I do too. I've never seen
the local
anybody
guys like us always provide a winner.
Absolutely.
I've never seen anyone win the big stuff.
Yeah. We're
so he actually won something?
Yeah, he won tickets to the Daytona 500.
Oh wow, how about that? I had another friend at the station that was there. I don't want to say his name because he told me whether it's okay to mention or not. But I knew a couple folks. Actually, quite a few folks from Greenville. That were at Daytona.
A few of the 30,000, I guess.
Yeah,
that were there.
Yeah, we had some representative of the Pirate Nation there.
But John was there. He sat his wife. She was getting restless. I guess they sat through the whole deal. Troy,
it sounded like awful because it looked great at the start of the race.
Yeah,
and then it just came down, and then it was like a 5-6 hour rain delay. And we've all been at Clark LeClaire when you have a couple hours.
Right.
It seems like it takes forever.
Yep.
Could you imagine like a 5-6 hour rain delay
and being there till after midnight?
Oh, what a nightmare.
Well, we'll hear about that nightmare on Friday. I told him to come on for a segment and talk about his experience.
Yeah,
so
that'd be cool.
We'll get the Daytona story
first
from John Moody. Yes, sir.
Like, are you underneath the grandstand the whole time? Do they let you leave and you come back? You don't know when they're going to start? Just the logistics of it all.
What do you do during a 7-hour rain delay?
There's no re-entry with the tickets. I mean, it could be with all this COVID stuff, too. Once you're gone, you're gone. They may not let you back in.
Yeah, we'll find out on Friday.
Probably a lot of beer drinking, Clip. That's what I'm thinking.
That's how I would spend my
beer
delay.
Drinking and fried chicken. That's how I kind of imagine the rain delay at Daytona.
Doesn't sound that bad now that you put it that way.
Bush beer.
We'll see you, Troy, Thursday.
Yes, Thursday at 5. I'll look forward to reconvening with you then.
And we'll be back with you folks Tuesday at 3 o'clock. Billy Weaver, Eric Ward from ECU Marketing, and Stephen Igo said to join us on Pirate Radio Live as we continue to get you ready for the upcoming ECU baseball season. For Shirley, Chanman, Troy D, I'm Clip Brock. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGH